Alexa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Mexa. We're in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup, right next to very busy Shogun sport fishing, unloading giant tuna at Fisherman's Landing there, and we're having a great time here. Captain Brian Woolley from Dana War Sport Fishing is our guest today. We have George the engineer also visiting us today in the studio, so you stay tuned. This is going to be a great 2 hours. Stay tuned. Southern California sport fishing voice is Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
The reels that Southern California anglers have been waiting for are here. Shimano is proud to introduce the all-new Talica 40A and 50A reels. The Talica series is Shimano's flagship 2-speed lever drag reel. It sits at the very pinnacle of the offshore world. Shimano has increased the fishability of the larger Talica models by reducing rotational resistance at high drag and improving durability in critical positions within the reel. The all-new Talica 40A and 50A now boast Infinity Drive, which employs 2 drag washers housed on the side of the reel, allowing for an ultra-smooth, powerful drag system, while at the same time increasing winding power under a load by as much as 40%. The new Talica is built around a more compact, cold-forged machine aluminum one-piece frame. Plus, there's also a new higher high gear built with a Southern California angler in mind. The new Talica 40 and 50A are available now at your local Shimano dealer.
Captain Jamie Tennis from Season Sport Fishing here. For the past few seasons, a dart-style metal jig has come into play in a big way for tuna offshore or even rockfish down deep. AFCO's crossbreed jig has quickly become the go-to for many since it came onto the market. AFCO's crossbreed jig is good to go right out of the package with a 4X treble hook, heavy-duty split rings, West Coast colors, and sizes 60 gram to 120 gram. Pick one up today at your local tackle store or learn more on afco.com.
Take a closer look at the Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. You'll see adventure, discovery, and even a little mud. These 4x4s provide the muscle, tech, and durability to go anywhere. Get your ideal combination of power and capability to handle whatever comes your way with the GOAT modes. That's goes over any terrain. It's time to see Ford in a new light. New inventory has arrived. Visit your San Diego County Ford dealer to take a test drive today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Stoked to have the man, Captain Woolley, for 2 hours. You know, we usually get a little, get a little flash every day. Yeah, right? Good times with the good
morning, Captain.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me down here. Good to see you guys.
George, our engineer, is still visiting.
I'm still here.
Great to have you.
Did some fishing.
Yeah, nice. For sure. Yeah, you caught some cod yesterday.
I caught some cod. I had a great time.
I have to post that picture later on
on
our Facebook, and actually Wayne might have done that already. But,
Wayne is right on top of everything.
He's on top of everything. He's like the ultimate deckhand. Yeah, for sure. But you've been catching a lot of cod. Up
we
there,
have.
Right?
It's that time of year. Yeah, absolutely. It's been fun. It's been good. It's been getting the boat off the dock and stoked passengers and the whole deal. So yeah, lots of that going on for our guys, as well as, or some half day fishing here and there, and some bass and sheephead and that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're rolling. Good time of year for us.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so,
totally.
So what's kind of the schedule this time of the year?
Gosh, we try really hard, around our charter schedule to have a 3/4 day and a half day boat every single day.
Always.
So
every day. Our
3/4 day leaves at 6 a.m. back at 3, sometimes later, depending on where we're at and what we're doing. And then during the week we have a 10 o'clock half day, and then on the weekends we have a double half day, 6:30 and noon.
Is that year round?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the half day, the 10 o'clock half day kind of goes away during the summer because we're just cranking. It's this time of year that we have that.
It's always been one of my favorite things about Dana Wharf is like you guys are so about your customers, have been, always will be, that like the boat schedule or the boats that run the trip might be different because you're always, goal number one is always to accommodate the customers. Like no matter what, there's going to be a half day and there's going to be a 3/4 day. Where a lot of other places, if that particular boat is chartered, well, that's it.
That run's gone.
No half day today. And like you'll play musical boats, musical captains, whatever.
Totally.
to make sure that the customer always taken care of.
Absolutely.
I
So
love
yeah,
that.
we don't have like a set boat with a set run.
Right.
We don't have a set 3/4 day boat. So one day it might be on the Clemente, one day it might be on the Dana Pride. Some fun, who knows? But yeah, same with the half day. So it bounces around, which is good.
And how fun for you and your colleagues too. Like everybody's, gets a different piece of the coast to look at every once in a while, or
Totally.
a different time
Switch it
limit to
up.
get it done in, or
Right.
yeah, I just think that's so fun.
Yep.
Any island trips this time of the year?
No, well, the Fury they just dialed it back. They're done for their season. They just wrapped it up yesterday, I think,
Oh,
at
cool.
Clemente. So there's that. The Catalina stuff for us is more of a summer deal. So yeah, we don't really fish it into the fall here, into the winter. It slows and tightens up there as it is anyways. I mean, there's still a little bit to catch, but not enough to get a boat out there.
Okay.
Charter boat, someone wants to charter and go, for sure, we'll take them out there.
Yeah.
But a successful season, man. It just seemed like it was a great one. I know a little bit plagued with wind at the beginning, but it just seemed like week after week, we always enjoy getting your report so much. And it just seemed like it was a steady year. Maybe not the flashboard, biggest
Right.
catch, biggest whatever, but it just seemed like a really good, steady fishing kind of every week that we talked to you.
It
seemed like
was,
had a good one.
it was different. It wasn't gangbusters, kind
Mhm.
of like you said, but we were busy.
Yeah.
It was a good busy, and we were catching it. We didn't see the offshore stuff, right? That tuna or whatever never got up really into our zone and settled in where we could catch on it. There was really no yellowtail or anything on kelps. That kind of stuff didn't materialize. The water was great and there was plenty of bait. Just that stuff wasn't in our zone. So it was calico bass,
Yeah.
sand bass, just our bread and butter.
Yeah.
That's our niche,
Sea
and that's what we
bass,
do get at.
several
A few here and
species,
there. Yeah, some guys catching some of that, but just a good season, and we stayed busy. So it's all you can ask for, and we had stoked passengers, so it was good.
It just seemed like week after week, you would say the same thing, man. If a guy came out with some light line and a bass rod and some lead heads and a plastic, you were busy the entire afternoon.
Totally.
And it just seemed that way the whole season.
It was.
And it's so much fun fishing that up there. Like, it's such a cool place to get to do that.
Totally.
The bass action is so high, and yeah, I dig it.
We were busy, and it was fun fishing, and our people were stoked. So
That's great.
So water temperature pretty much normal up there?
64 to 66 still
Is that normal
on the
this
beach.
time of
Yeah,
year?
this is pretty normal.
Yeah.
We haven't had that wind, knock on wood, that's really knocked it down. It's coming at some point, right? We know it's gonna dip, but there's still fly line bass to be
That's
caught,
great.
sliding egg sinker bass to be
I
caught,
know
dropper
Sports
loop
Bar
stuff.
was out yesterday catching them.
He always catches them.
He's always winning, no
Always
matter what the
catching
water
them.
temperature
Yeah.
is, right?
Yeah. Yep. He's
Yeah.
always busy.
He's always there. And Dana Wharf, Mark Wish yesterday was talking about bait all over the place. Are you
Yep.
seeing a lot of squid?
There-
When Mark Wish talks,
He's
bait,
always
he talks
squid, right?
Yeah.
There's been a little dabs of squid on the beach through our little stretch, not a lot. I would say it's anchovy. That stuff's all over the
Anchovy.
place. Like, we came back from the 14 yesterday, and for 8 miles inside the bank, it was just anchovies and dolphin as far as you could see. And there's
Wow.
whales in it, so our whale watching's been really good because of it.
What kind of whales this time?
Mostly humpback whales they're seeing in
Humpbacks
that
are
stuff.
still,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's been, there's a lot of life and a lot of bait, which I think is part of the reason why we didn't see a lot of that offshore fish up here. Well,
Yeah.
why would it come up here to feed and to find when there's plenty of that everywhere else? So
Yeah. We Wayne and George and I went cod fishing after the show yesterday, and got a scoop of bait at Everingham Brothers, and they had beautiful sardine, like 4 or 5 inch sardine,
Perfect.
just gorgeous, hot,
Really nice.
stuff you'd
Yeah,
want in the
cool.
middle of the
Lively.
summer, right?
nice.
Yeah, really nice. Is that what you're having?
That's
up
what we
there?
have. Yeah. We have a little mix of that and a little bit of anchovy
A little
in our
anchovy
bait.
too.
Yeah. So
That's
that
nice.
stuff's in there. Yeah.
It's like
Good bait.
It doesn't get any better than that.
No. And gosh, man, the bait company grind this summer, huh? Those
What a-
guys
Oh,
are just
it's
holy
tough.
cow.
Did you have the same situation we had down
We
here?
did,
with
but
shortages and-
yeah, we did. I think it was everywhere.
Yeah.
But you manage, you save your bait, you make it work, you take
Yeah.
a little less and you stretch it out. And like Rick said, we're fortunate to have good habitat and stuff where, yeah, we'd love to have more bait, but we can make it work with, what they
you have.
had for us. So I was able
Yeah.
to.
But they worked time.
It was insane.
Endless.
Insane.
Trying to
Yeah.
find bait for everybody.
Yeah. And it's hard to see him swing and miss, because
Yeah.
you feel for him. You're like,
Yeah.
dude, that's tough.
Imagine how
So
frustrating. that
totally
is.
100%.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that makes you so proud of the fleet here and like how they work with Everingham Brothers. Like, I mean, that's the most important. Our industry was built on live bait fishing. Nobody takes for granted, but it's easy to forget about it. That you just pull up to that receiver every single day of your life, and it's always there. And there's always an unlimited amount. And you don't ever think about it. And I mean, when it wasn't there, I mean, that's everybody. That's Woolley's livelihood and everybody
Right.
else. But never one time was there a gripe about the bait. You know what I mean? Like, everybody knew how hard those guys
It was
were working.
tough.
Like that. That's the thing that never came up. The most important part of the whole deal is having that bait. And when it wasn't there, the thought never is on those
Right.
guys. It was just like, man.
Right. And it's part of the equation that most of the guys don't see, right? They're out late or early,
Totally.
and they're back before maybe you see it or whatever. So when you're seeing them during the day coming in at 10 or 11, you know that they had a grind, right? But yeah, it's been interesting.
Nice that the boxes are nice and full again.
Totally.
Now, has anything changed in the parking situation up there? Is it all?
So there's a giant parking structure. Yeah, it's changed. We don't own it, so we have to play by the rules of the parking people. But yeah, there's a fee to park. Exactly what it is, I don't really know.
Yeah,
I think,
but there's plenty of parking.
but there's zero shortage of parking.
That's
So
the upside.
and it's close
really
and it's
great.
not far, but yeah, it's a few bucks.
Yeah,
So
it's like right there where that open lot was. I haven't been up there in a
exactly,
while.
yeah, it's exactly.
It's
where
just
it
a
is.
big giant.
It's big. It's nice. It fits the aesthetic. Everyone was all worried, oh, it's going to stand out. It looks nice. They did a great job.
Cool.
It blends in and it's good.
So you have no worries. So what's the procedure when you come to Dana Wharf Sport Fishing? Do you drop your gear off first and then go park, or what's it?
Yeah, you can come in, get checked in. I do believe that you could park straight away, or you could go to the office, and I think you can, get your parking there through the office as well, and then get checked in, go set your tackle by the boat and line up, and then go park your car and come back. It's, it's a 2-minute walk from the office, so it's not far.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. And so you're running the 3/4 day.
We do this time of year. We're doing some 3/4. Again, we're mixed. Like one day will be.
So
3/4.
what about you though?
So I'm on the Some Fun. Yeah. We've been running some 3/4 day
so
stuff.
you'll do 3/4, half, whatever.
Whatever. Gosh, during the summer we were all over
How
the
do
place.
you know when you're?
Well, we get a schedule ahead of time, right? So we're kind of like, okay, plan out our week.
Yeah.
Pick the brain of the guy that fished the day or two half day before us and figure out what's going on, and then the guys that are running 3/4 day will kind of pick your brain for their shot when they're out there.
And you guys have a tight family.
It's tight, yeah.
I love it.
Information shared. There's no anyone better than anybody else.
Right.
It's all we're all there to get the boat off the dock and get our people some fish.
Okay, you're going 3/4 day fishing today.
Okay.
Where are you going? What are you going to do?
Okay, today 3/4 day. The guys would be on the 14, I pretty much guarantee, depending on the passenger load, on the 14-mile bank. Yeah, I think we'll fish that if we have 25 or less anglers, just because of the depth.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's tricky with that many guys drifting.
How deep is it that you're fishing?
So we've been fishing anywhere from 80 to 150 fathom.
Woo.
So it's been deep,
Yeah.
stretching out some fishing line for sure. And guys are fishing double dropper loops with the 16-ounce sinker. Seems to be kind of the magic number out there, that 1 pound sinker. Or the jigs. I can't tell you the amount of slow pitch guys that we're seeing out there. I talk about it every week, but it's been cool to see, and those guys do great.
The
Guys
quality of
play
that deep water
It's
cod
insane.
too is insane. Like I'm a huge fan. I'm a big follower of the social media from Dana Wharf. It's just like every day there's pictures of whatever big Floridas or cool exotics or weird creatures from the deep,
Yeah,
and it's been so good. The depth, the extra depth, whatever you call it, allowance season, whatever you call it, it's been really fun.
It's been fun. It's helped us for sure. And like you said, we've been catching some of those hake, some of that weird
That's cool.
stuff, and black gill rockfish and big bocaccios and all kinds of cool stuff. So
Yeah.
it's been
And
fun.
what's the gear? I mean, what's the rod and reel setup for that?
So rod and reel for the slow pitch or for the live
For
bait?
live bait.
Live bait. Guys are fishing like a Trinidad 16 or a 20 with 50-pound braid and 30-40 pound mono,
Nice.
and just a 7 to 8 foot rod.
Yeah. Easy.
And
Lots
then-
of cranking though.
Yeah, lots of cranking.
No shortage.
And a lot of guys fishing electric reels now too. That's been lots of electric reels on the boat.
Yeah.
Make life a little simple.
There's so much. See a lot of those new electric reels that have the battery. You can put the battery pack
Yep,
on,
exactly.
on the rod. And stuff like
Exactly.
that.
Lots of guys fishing those too.
Especially that deep.
Totally makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to see, as those electric reels become more and more common. Like it's fun watching the technology start to change for batteries and battery packs. And, I still don't know anything of it super fresh yet, but, trying to keep my eyes on all those things. There's companies that are making batteries that, are built into the butt section of the rod, like how an AFCO unibutt like screws into the back of the rod. They're making basically butt sections that the battery is all internal into that. It's going to be fun to see how all that develops as the years go on.
Yeah, for sure. There's a new market for that.
Totally.
Yeah, definitely.
Lots of batteries and reels for sure.
Yeah. No doubt.
And what's the bait when you're fishing that deep?
Sardine,
Doesn't matter.
anchovy. Yeah. Pin
Yeah.
2 or 3 anchovies or sardines on your hook and send it down. Or
Okay.
squid, whole squid, fresh dead squid,
Okay.
strip, whatever.
When you're making your dropper loop, what hook are you using?
We just like the J hook. So you have guys
doesn't
that
matter.
it doesn't matter. I like the straight shank hook, the offset stuff sometimes.
Or octopus or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-0, 4-0 hook. I like a big hook. and just straight loop it on. And we don't really tie the hook onto the loop. I think if you're fishing heavy enough mono, that 30 or 40 pound, it's not going to pull and break through.
Not
And
with a rockfish.
then if you get in a tangle, we can pull your hook
totally.
off and pull you, pull you out of the
that's a good
tangle.
idea.
Your tangles aren't going to tie in a knot underwater. It's all
Right.
twists. So if you can get everything tight and pull it apart, then and get the tackle off, it makes it easy to pull the tangle out. You know?
That sounds good. Yeah, well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for today. A lot to talk about with Captain Brian Woolley, Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, and the kind of we wouldn't call it the off season. It's just kind of the winter season.
Yeah, it's just pull it back, and it's not the stressful season. Yeah,
totally. And you could start your maintenance here on some of the boats.
Yeah. Well, we've got some fun projects ahead in January, and that's the beauty of having multiple boats is you can kind of take a boat and get it dialed and work,
pull one out, put another one in,
and just kind of cycle it through. That's great. Totally.
Well, you're a popular guy because the phones are packing up and they want to talk to you. So, and we're going to have a great show.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Always one of my most favorite people to have in here, Captain Brian Woolley, one of the most knowledgeable guys of fishing the entire coast up and down the beach. It's going to be a great day talking to one of our favorite spots, and that's Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. Now, if you want to join us this morning, we would love to hear from you. Give us a call at 833-288-0973. Again, 833-288-0973. Or you can reach us on the text. The text the show option, always such a fun part of the show. The only way to send in your text message questions is through the Let's Talk Hookup app. It's a free download. It's also the easiest way to catch all the archive shows. If you missed a hot tip from Woolley today and you want to play it back next week, that's the way you do it, is through that Let's Talk Hookup app. And again, the only way to send in your text questions. Along with that, make sure you include your name and your phone number. That's all we need is a little contact info in case you win the great prize at the end of the show today. And we're going
to give away some trips.
We are. Let's do 2 3/4 days and 2 half days. Yeah, we can stoke. So texters and callers.
I love it. One for the texter, one for the caller.
Yeah, we'll flip a coin to see who gets what.
Yeah,
sounds good to me. So everyone
wins.
And they're going to get a new 2026 Bill Varney calendar.
Sweet.
I love it.
Yeah.
Packed. So a couple 3/4 days, couple half days, a new calendar. We got a great show coming with a great bud. Again, if you want to join us, talk to Captain Brian Woolley, 833-288-0973 is how you reach us. And when we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls, reading those texts. A lot of great info coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. This is the Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. Spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at RoyalStarSportFishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now with stores throughout Southern, Central, and Northern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find a location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
I've had the opportunity to fish many places in many different types of water, but never have I fished a place as much fun as Katmai Lodge in Alaska. Hello, my name is Harold Davis, typically fishing in the ocean, but this is an experience that you have to try for yourself. Fish natural rivers with tens of thousands of fish coming up. And they have all the gear: spinning, bait casting, fly rods, kings, silvers, pinks, sockeyes, and my favorite, the chums. Outstanding food, outstanding accommodations, great service. The lodge is located in the beautiful Katmai National Park, filled with amazing wildlife. Brown bears, moose, eagles, otters, and it has spectacular scenery. And also the fact that the lodge is located right on the Alagnak River and your boat is just steps away from your room makes it great. Do yourself a favor. Call Charmel at 1-800-330-0326 or go online, katmy.com. And like Pete says, they will hook you up.
A top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limit, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here. Captain Brian Woolley this morning. Again, if you want to join us, it's 833-288-0973.
Yeah, indeed. And phones are packing up. Jeff is standing by at the fan, 833-288-0973. Have a chance to win 2 half-day trips at Dana Orr Sport Fishing and 2 3/4-day trips at
Double
Dana Orr
winner.
Sport Fishing. Yeah, and you get a 2026 Bill Varney CCA calendar, which are now available to your local tackle shops, surffishtackle.com. So it's a bonus day for callers and texters. And let's go ahead and jump to the phones, Rick.
You got it, man. We're going to get started off this morning with John. He's calling us from Colorado Springs this morning.
Wow.
What's up, John? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Well, guys, you're getting me all pumped. I want to come back. I got to come back next month. My
Get out
daughter's
here.
having a baby. But my question to Woolley, I was listening to a podcast, and I heard that Benny Florentino caught a striped bass. Is there any chance of him catching a striped bass?
I mean, there's always a chance, right? Will it happen? I would say probably not. But yeah, that was a cool catch. He had
Totally.
that picture posted, and he was so stoked on that fish. But yeah, I mean, in our zone, there's that stretch of beach at Doheny that San Juan Creek kind of dumps out, and that thing has been open and closed quite a bit more than I've seen it in my lifetime. I mean, I grew up in San Clemente, seeing that thing open up and dump out. So yeah, I mean, I think the guys on the beach that are walking the beach, throwing hard baits and stuff like that, are the ones that are going to catch them from the boat. I mean, there's always a chance. I doubt it'll happen, but I think those guys targeting them from the surf are the guys that are going to catch them. So if you had that on your list, go talk to the guys at Hogan's in the tackle shop. I know there's some religious beach fishermen that work in that tackle shop. So those guys
be able to tell you.
they can give you the inside out, what hard bait to cast, what setup to use, and probably even where on what side of that river mouth to go walk it. But yeah, that would be your best shot.
It's like the holy grail surf
Totally,
fishing.
100%.
I wouldn't,
And it would be cool to catch, no doubt about it. Yeah, for sure.
That's one of those things that just has to happen for you.
You have to right place, right
can't-
time.
You can't make it happen. You just got to put the time in and hope.
It's like
the
catching
stars
a
align.
salmon,
Totally.
right?
Same exact
kind of
deal.
thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Down here.
Yeah, what
Cool.
is the more holy grail catch on a half day fly line and an anchovy and a kelp line?
In Southern
a
California.
SoCal salmon or a SoCal striper?
We've caught the salmon like that in the kelp. It's been a long time because we don't have a whole lot of kelp
Yeah.
in there right now. But that's happened. But in my 28 years or whatever on the Sunflower, I've never seen a striped bass.
There you go.
So
Never-
probably the striped
28
bass.
years.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. You have a good
I wanted to start it off with the text. I thought it was a great one from John in Rancho San Diego. It's great to hear Captain Woolley on the show this morning. Brian, can you talk a little bit about the kids clinic that Dana Wharf offers? Also, does Dana do twilight trips? Thanks for everything you guys do.
Roger. Yeah. So we got a lot of kid stuff. So let me touch on the twilight part first. Yeah. During our summer season when we're busy, we do run a twilight trip from 5:30 to 9:30. It depends on the boat. It's not always on the same boat. And some really fun bass fishing. We have that bass derby that we do during the summer months, and that has consistently been the best time of day for our anglers to have shots at winning. That thing has been on the twilight trips.
And tell guys again about how you do that. Only because I think that's such a cool thing that you guys do.
So it's
your release tournament,
so
right?
that catch and release bass tournament all benefits CCA, right? It's an awesome fundraiser for us to help CCA, and we get some cool prizes from our sponsors for that. And it's a catch and release bass tournament. You go out, you catch a 5-pound calico, we weigh it on the boat, we get a little slip going, and then we release the fish. You get entered as the big fish, potentially winner for that time of the year. And then if you catch the biggest during that month, then you win. And there's a buy-in. I think it's $5 to buy in when you check in the morning. And like I said, all that money goes to CCA. Last year, I think we raised $3,500 for
That's
CCA.
so cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
just through that bass derby.
Yeah,
So,
I love it.
Yeah, it was awesome. So,
for you guys.
and then on the kids front, we do so much kid stuff. Like today, 12:45, our afternoon half day trip at 12:15, kids come down to the boat. We do a seminar for a half hour with the kids before the boat even leaves the dock to kind of get them up to speed on how to pick a bait, how to get it on your hook, how not to be, shy, get your spot on the rail. And these are the potential fish that you're going to catch with that live bait. So that's every Sunday from 12:45 to 5 when the boat comes
Through
in.
the fall, winter,
year
spring?
round.
For year round.
Year round. They try and run that as much as possible.
So cool.
At 12:45.
Yeah, on Sunday afternoons. Sunday afternoon half day.
Always kids clinic
Always
day.
the kids clinic day. And then we have our kids camp during the summer, right? We have 3 sessions of our kids camp, and that has been so popular, not only for the kids, but I have guys working for me now that have been through the kids camp, right? So it's like the minor leagues defining your deckhands. You see the kids that are stoked on, and they come back, and I think it's true on some of our other boats. There's guys working. So that's a summer camp.
And that's so popular that like you need to be on
you
it.
Do. You need to be on
like,
it
the day the word comes out.
And I can tell you, I knew I was going to get asked. I wrote down here the kids camp, if I can find it on here. As far as the dates, I don't know, I'll have to put it out there. Yeah. But that signs up, I think it's in March is when the signups go. So then that'll sell out instantly.
I mean, you're here every week telling people, so
there's plenty of time. We'll give everyone the heads up on that, but we do that summer kids camp. And then we also have some kids stuff through the city of San Clemente. We have like an after school fishing camp that comes out on Wednesday afternoons through the city of San Clemente Park and Rec.
So cool.
So we're super kid focused. And it's fun to see the kids. It's just a great family environment on the boat as well. Good regular customers that have bought into helping the kids and stuff like that too. So tons of kids stuff. I mean, it really is. I would say it's our bread and butter. I think we do a fantastic job. And I got to say, Donna Kayla's has done a phenomenal job coming up with these concepts with the kids. And it's been fun to see it all kind of progress. Yeah, it's been a really good.
That's pretty cool. You guys have raised, shall we say, some of the finest fishermen in our fleet. Aliar,
right?
I mean,
the Dana Point pedigree down here in San Diego. It's pretty amazing. There's lots of kids on lots of boats that have come up through the ranks, and
at Dana Wharf Sport Fishing.
They come, they cut their teeth, they kind of get the work ethic in, and then they come down here and they stick sell. Right.
That's the other thing. Like, you guys are just so known for taking such good care of your passengers, and you look at all of the Highliner captains that the amazing fishing that comes with them, and everybody that comes from the Dana Wharf Woolley school side of things. It's always such a high customer service background.
It's awesome to see these kids get it and do phenomenally well with it. Own boats and just crush down here.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, you're a popular guy. Phones are packed, so let's jump into it.
I was going to say, you always hear the best guys, talk about that, the Franks and the Brian Keohars and things like that. You can always teach a guy how to fish, but you can't always teach a guy how to be a good people person. And the best people always seem to come from Dana Wharf for sure. Well, hey, we got a literally jam-packed phone. Next up, we're going to talk to Dave. He's calling us from Anza this morning. Good morning, Dave. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Say, Brian, I really enjoy your reports you give on Sunday mornings. Great job there.
Thank you. Appreciate
it. One thing I just want to throw out here is Tuesday is Veterans Day. I'm a veteran, but I was no war hero like my dad and my wife's dad. They both fought in World War II. I know I've met a lot of veterans out on fishing trips, so I know it's something we really enjoy doing. But if not for our veterans and those serving today, we probably wouldn't be here talking about fishing on a Sunday morning or going out and enjoying what we do. So on this Tuesday, I just want to give a big shout out and a thank you to all who served.
Very good.
Yeah, well, nice words. Yeah, come on up. Tuesdays we have half off. It's half fare on Tuesdays. So if you and a bud are looking to come fish, you can save half price on Tuesdays this time of the year with us. So come on up. We'd love to get you on the water. Thanks for your service.
Happy Veterans Day to all.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, thanks for the call.
All right, hey, we got a little bonus. We got Captain Frank Lepresti's on the line this morning. Good morning, Frank.
Hey, good morning. My God, the fishing is out of this world.
Yeah.
So, give you a quick report. Aliar on the Polaris Supreme got in from an 8-day yesterday. He had 100 wahoo. The biggest one was 89 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And I've just, I've seen bigger wahoo, not a lot of them, but I've seen bigger wahoo. But the amount of fish that are in that 60 to 70 pound range is just amazing. I've never seen it like this ever.
Wow.
Just a beautiful catch of wahoo and tuna and dorado and some nice yellows. And then today, the Shogun got in from a 10-day with Blake Wasano running the boat. He did a fabulous job. He had tuna up to right at 200 pounds. and a lot of the 130 to 155, 160.
Jeez, how cool.
Yeah, I sent our engineer George down to go take a look at big fish. What'd you think of those, George?
They were amazing. They wanted me to clean them with them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was up to it, you know.
Yeah.
But,
we even
And
ate
then,
some last
You know, this was Island Tackle Charter, and Kevin, the guy that owns Island Tackle, he, on a little shorty leader and a live sardine, caught a wahoo that weighed 88 pounds on bait.
Crazy.
Wow.
That's quite the deal, I think.
And that was a 10-day on the
Obviously, he
show.
wasn't using heavy line.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to Blake Wasano for being a great relief guy for Renee.
Yeah, how cool is that?
Oh, he's excellent. Now, the next little thing is Aliar left the dock at 10 o'clock yesterday morning. At 4:30, he called me. He had 32 fish aboard, 20 to 40 pounds, all bluefin, and he's 32 miles from Point Loma.
Whoa!
Wow.
Is he headed? How long a trip is he on?
He's on a 3-day.
Wow.
And so today is his first day of fishing. I believe this morning he has right at 31 more.
Wow.
That same class, 25, 30 pounds. And more than likely he's going to fish there the rest of the day and then slide down about 30, 40 miles and fish yellowfin all day tomorrow.
Perfect. What a great trip.
Because that fish is so close and everything, you know, I called David Ibrahim, and he's putting together a trip, and if we can get 10 people to go, he's going. And he's leaving Tuesday night at 6 p.m., returning Thursday morning at 6 a.m., and it's $465 per person, which is a reduced rate.
Oh, yeah.
And if anybody wants a meal package, it's an additional $65, or they can just order out of the galley.
Wow.
So anybody that wants to go on a trip here, you know, this fishing is pretty phenomenal. Anybody that's interested, you can call Fisherman's Landing and book on the Tomahawk. And as you guys know, Ibrahim does a great job.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
So that's all I have to report. I believe
that all, Frank?
Jonathan had a pardon.
Is that all for November?
Yeah, that's
Mid-November? Yeah.
Pretty special.
My God, that you know, and I believe Evan on the Spirit of Adventure, he had something like 70 some tuna at the same place Blake was down on the Outer Banks.
Wow.
And you know, it's just phenomenal fishing. I know Jonathan's there right now, and it's just an amazing 8 to 10 day trip season, that's for sure.
What a great start for the
all right,
fall.
that's all I got to say. So
Frank,
take care, everybody.
Frank, that trip on the Tomahawk, obviously a day and a half trip, right, for a very reduced rate, right?
Yes, and what it means is he'll be able to fish Tuesday night, because it's only 32 miles. We'll be able to fish Tuesday night, all day Wednesday, and Aliar just this morning at daybreak had 30-some fish. And then fish all day on Wednesday and come back Thursday. And I know it's supposed to get some scattered rain Thursday, but he'll be at the dock by then.
That's awesome.
So there you are. That's it. So
was
if
it
you wanna go on the
465?
Tomahawk, there's a good opportunity.
One last. Well, I was just going to
465.
That's a deal.
I was just going to say one last thing with that crazy good wahoo fishing and now the shot at big tuna. Is any shot on long trips? I know between RP or Shogun or Spring, does anybody have any sprinkled spots for the rest of the fall?
Does anybody have spots open?
Yeah.
I don't think we do. I'm sure somebody does. There might be one opening. They'd have to call Monica on Royal Polaris, but there might be one opening on one of the trips. I think the 18-day might have an opening. So, and that's it. That's all we have right now.
That's
so,
awesome, that's pretty good news, Frank. Thanks for giving us the lowdown, and congratulations to those great captains and crew that are still getting them here in mid-November.
Awesome. Wild.
Sure, some phenomenal fishing. Okay, take care.
Thanks, Frank.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Frank. Appreciate that. Pretty amazing, huh?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
It's good fishing.
And wahoo so I mean, when you figure the average wahoo that our fleet catches is 30 pounds,
Right.
40 pounds, to be hearing about
90
numbers,
pounds.
to hear
80s and
to hear
90s.
somebody like Frank LaPreste say it's the most 60 to 70 pounders he's ever seen in his career. That's saying something.
How about that local fishing? 35 miles, and you're getting close to limits of bluefin.
Awesome. And then another short run down the beach for
yellow.
the same grade of yellowfin
Jeez.
fishing. Yeah. I mean, like I said, that we talked to Captain Mike, their last trip on the Tribute had limits of yellowfin and bluefin on a short trip. And it's crazy the caliber of fishing that's still happening right now.
Yeah. Well, that Tuesday night trip on the Tomahawk sounds like a good call.
10 guys for $465. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
I sure hope so. Well, the phones are packed. Everybody wants to talk to Woolley. Let's jump back in and talk to John. He's calling us from Escondido this morning. Hey, John, welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Hey, she touched a little bit about the kids and stuff like that, and then I also had a question about the parking structure. So I've got an F350. It's not lifted. It's got a 2-inch leveling on the front end, but I have an issue coming down and parking in the structure. And then, like up here on the Dolphin, during the winter, it's kids fish free on Sundays, and then in the summertime, they move it to like a Thursday, and then a little bit more on your kids camp. That's something that you drop them off every day, and it's a week long, or how's that work on that part of it?
Right. So we'll start with your truck. I don't think your truck would fit in the parking structure, but we do have parking accommodations. People roll up in Sprinter vans or people travel, right, and show up. And so, yeah, we can definitely accommodate you and your parking. And I did get some update on the parking stuff. It's $12 prepay for your parking in our office.
Yeah. Same as here.
Same deal. So your truck wouldn't fit. As far as the kids camps go, it's a 4-day deal during the week in the summer, and it's show up in the morning. We leave 9 o'clock. We're back at 3:30ish in the afternoon, and we instruct how to tie hooks, how to get lures, how to read the water conditions, where you want to make a cast. Like, we cover all kinds of stuff: how you hook your baits, how to select your baits. One day we might focus on, the kids are amped and want to fish sheephead. We'll fish sheephead with them one day. One day they want to make a rockfish day. We'll go fish rockfish, and we'll teach them, how to tie a gannion, how to select, the proper hook size to match your bait. Basically from A to Z instruction. In that regard, but it's come in the morning, go home in the afternoon, and go from there. Well, I don't think that was the two questions that you had there.
Yeah,
perfect.
That's it. Hey, I just got an update. Thanks a lot for the call, John. Just got an update from Captain Frank Lopresti that the Polaris Supreme actually has 3-day trip that leaves Tuesday that has 3 openings on it. So if you want to go with Aliar and go catch some fish on a 3-day on the Polaris Supreme out of C4 Sport Fishing, there's 3 openings. Just go to PolarisSupreme.com and book on it. Sounds like fun, doesn't it?
I'm going to call Allie already.
Strike
the iron taut. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Woolley might be okay.
Make that 2 spots,
right? Yeah, it might be a good deal for sure. So I have a great text here, and it kind of relates to some summer fishing. It's from Alex in San Carlos. He says, "Good morning. I've heard that the yellows and at the Coronados in La Jolla seem to like a particular model of and size of surface iron or yo-yo. What are the go-to surface iron and yo-yo jigs at Catalina and San Clemente Island for Dana Wharf sport fishing?"
Gosh, go-to. I think it's hard to break away from those tatty jigs for sure. Lots of guys fish those, but it seems like the hot new jig is, Matt's whole program and those guys with those 2 fish. Everyone's fishing those things. They swim phenomenal right off the rack. I know they have different sizes. I'm not real dialed on sizes. You're the tackle expert for sure, Rick. But I think the standard colors, your mint and black, blue and white, and your scrambled egg are kind of, they have like a beigey with a little green tip on it. We've seen some yellows caught on that at the island. And as far as yo-yo colors, I think it's hard to beat that scrambled egg, something resembling a squid, or even the white. I know Marcus on the Fury, they did catch quite a few fish on the yo-yo iron, and those I think were the hot colors for them as well. But we don't fish a lot of yo-yo iron on the beach where we're at in our stretch.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can.
I think you said it perfect. I think that's it. And that I'm really proud of those guys for their lure company, those 2 fish jigs. They've just been really popular. They did something that just doesn't seem like it would be. It wasn't a tough program to, both of those guys being from the boats. It was very easy to see. It's like, well, all you need to do is make a jig that swims really good and really consistency, and it's going to be really popular. That's exactly what they did. Small time guys, like all of those jigs are made in a garage workshop in Santee, but they work really good. You know what I mean? And that is
the simplicity.
That was the kicker of it. They made a jig that swims really good every time. They're a couple of more dollars because the process of making them is more expensive. But when everyone swims real good, it didn't take a whole lot for those guys to see a lot of success. And
those brass ones that they make are really cool, nice and heavy, dense, and great yo-yo
sink fast.
Yeah.
the JJ is their most popular size. That would be like your traditional size. That would be most similar to a Tatty 45 or a JRI 4.
They swim.
They're great. Yeah, they did a killer job. Yeah, I like them an awful lot. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, phones have been busy this morning. 833-288-0973. One line open right now. Let's jump back in the phones.
Got it. How about this time we talked to Jeff? He's calling from Huntington Beach this morning. Jeff, good morning. Thanks for hanging in there with us.
Good morning, guys. Hey, Brian.
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
On your boat quite
How
a
you
bit.
doing, bro?
I just wanted to say that landing there in Dana Wharf, it's like a family. I mean, all the captains, the deckhands, the office, they pay attention to detail. I do a lot of 3-quarter day fishing trips. Brian knows that, jigging. But last week, took my daughter out. Chad was captain, real fun. 15 minutes out of landing, tackle bass fishing, plenty of illegals, 4 hours of fishing, back at the landing at 3. Just what a great operation. And I tell you what, summer's over, but I still feel like I'm doing summer type fishing. You got the rockfish, you got the calicos locally, and that hospitality and that new parking lot, the elevators, your 9-foot rods fit.
Hey, that's it, Jeff. That's cool.
That's cool.
Jeff brings up such a good point too. What like you couldn't put pencil to paper and draw a better sport fishing location than Dana Wharf. Not just the parking and convenience and all that kind of stuff. And it's easy to get to, like centered in Orange County, but easy shot up from San Diego, easy shot down from LA. But more so, you get on that boat. It's all of about 2 minutes to get to the bait receiver.
Right.
It's 10 minutes and you're in some of the best calico bass country. I mean, it's perfect. Like location for everything. Time to bait is nil. Time to fishing is nil.
It is. It makes it nice. And that's what's cool about the half day. Yeah, your time's limited. So you can get after it within, 30 minutes of the last line coming off the dock and the boat's leaving. So, and thanks for the comments, Jeff. Yeah, we try hard on that whole customer service stuff. And, that starts at the top. It starts with the owners, from the owners down, they push hard for us to, people are there to have an experience. They want to have a good time.
It's a vacation.
Totally. And of course you try to quantify your success by sending people home with fish, but that's not the big end game picture, right? You want these people to be stoked, to have a good time, want the kids to have a good time so that they come back, their friends here back, right? It's a very simple equation, but it starts at the top, and it's been fun, seeing the kids that work with us now
with Don Hansen.
Totally, 100%. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I love it. Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming around, including checking in with the catch reports, more of your phone calls and texts and more. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup with Captain Brian Woolley from Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. You're listening on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Have you been looking for a live bait hook that keeps live bait alive? Look no further than Japan's leading fish hook, Gamakatsu. It's the little things that make the difference, and Gamakatsu hooks drive the point home. With an absolute perfect bend and ideal barbs, your bait swims harder and longer. And when you get bit, Gamakatsu hooks bite back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same. Go with Gamakatsu for infinite success. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Check gamakatsu.com.
For local or long-range fishing, we have you covered. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the saltwater tackle professionals. Being a part of the San Diego Sport Fishing Landing gives us a distinct advantage when it comes to getting you on the latest and hottest tackle for your trip. Our expert staff knows exactly what you need for your long-range or local trip, and we will not sell you something you don't need. We carry a huge inventory of the right tackle. So visit us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
Seasoned long-range fishermen know that the Red Rooster 3 is the finest fishing vessels in terms of technology, design, speed, comfort, and safety. This 105-foot sport fishing yacht meets every demand for comfort while delivering an unforgettable fishing vacation. Captain Andy Cates and crew are experienced, friendly, and sincere in their desire to help you have the trip of a lifetime. Book a trip on the Red Rooster 3 and you'll be back. Trips go fast, so check redrooster3.com or call Lee Palm Sport Fisheries at 619-224-3857.
Hey guys, this is Ali Husseini from Local Knowledge and BD Outdoors. I'm a lucky guy in so many ways, and one thing I'm really grateful for is my little brother Yosef. Yosef is not only a fellow angler, but he's also an amazing realtor that specializes in helping us in the angling community find the ultimate home. If you own a home, get a free no-obligation evaluation online now by typing in SoCal Home SoCalHomeEval.com. That's SoCalHomeEval.com. All you do is put in your address and you'll get a home value report immediately sent to your email. No pressure, no obligations, just answers. Joseph is the SoCal real estate go-to guy. He's helped me and so many of my fellow fishing buddies find what they're looking for in a home. He knows anglers and he understands the real estate market. Not only that, but he's also a really nice guy. How many brothers can you say that about? Go to SoCalHomeEval.com and find out where you stand in the real estate market, and then get with Joseph and find your ultimate home. Again, go to SoCalHomeEval.com and we'll see you on the water.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning, talking Dana Wharf sport fishing. Lots of fun with Captain Woolley. And man, if you didn't catch the beginning of the show, what an awesome prize. Very generous from the whole team at Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. 2 half-day passes to one lucky caller or texter, and 2 3/4-day passes to one lucky caller or texter. We'll decide that with a coin flip, as well as that killer brand new 2026 calendar from Bill Varney that we were all just talking about during the show.
Yeah, just talking about the November picture of, and this is something we learned last week when Bill Varney was here, is that Wahoo picture. That's basically, that fish has no gaff in it.
Yeah, it's a free.
It's a
free swimmer. It's a free flyer.
Free flyer because he has a big popper in his mouth from the angler, and the angler's face just kind of shows it. But it was flying over the rail. It's like, George, those things have razor sharp teeth. It's flying teeth.
I'll let you handle those.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the way of that thing when it's coming over the rail.
Wild.
Holy cow!
But if you didn't miss that when Bill Varney was talking about that shot, that's quite a shot. It's a if you study it carefully, you see there's no gaff in it. It's just coming over the rail.
Yeah, it's just such
coming in hot,
perfect shot. You just figure, oh, that was one that was all lit up. And maybe they edited the gaff out of it or whatever. But no, that thing, it was up and over.
It's coming in hot.
I love it, man.
Watch out. Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
So 2026 Bill Varney calendar is now available at tackle stores all over the place, as well as surffishtackle.com. And right now it's time for the catch report, right?
You got it, man. And as always, it's sponsored by our great friends who power your boat with Norrisk Lithium. It's the ultimate choice for marine adventures. Norrisk delivers unmatched starting, trolling, and electronics power. Norrisk batteries are also packed with cutting-edge technology. Upgrade your marine power today. You can set up your system at norrisklithium.com or go see the trolling motor doctor.
Yeah, for sure. Norrisk Lithium, the way to go for sure. And Brian Woolley is here giving us a live report, right? And,
quick report.
What's going on up
What's
there?
been happening? So our half-day guys have been in the shallows, kind of mixing it up, anywhere from like 3-4 fathom out to 8 or 10. In shallow, they're targeting some of that sheephead and some of that calico bass. Again, I mentioned it last week. All that lobster gear soaking right now. It's just primo. That sheephead's awake and that stuff. You know, the lobster guys are stoked that we're catching it too, right?
Sure.
Because it's eating their lobster legs and whatnot.
So they hang around those lobster
They're on
legs.
on those traps big time. So.
And they'll do exactly that. They'll either get in the traps or they'll get a hold of those things and
eat
the
a leg, and then it's
lobsters.
just pretty much a worthless lobster for those guys. So there's certain areas that those guys are getting bit up a little bit better than others in some of those little shallower spots. So sliding egg sinkers, reverse dropper loops have been the hot ticket for those guys fishing the sheephead. A lot of our guys are bringing shrimp, just whole raw shrimp with the shell on, using those little chunks of that for the sheephead.
And that's one fish where that imported bait makes
it does. I mean, yes, you can catch it on live bait for sure. We've caught plenty on anchovy and sardine and whatnot, but for whatever reason, our regulars love that shrimp, and it pays dividends for sure. So it's worth a stop. Sliding egg sinkers, dropper loops, a little bit of fly line action for the bass guys this week too on those really bright sunny days that we had midweek. Not a lot of crazy action, but you stick with it. It's that time of year where you got to have your confidence colors and your confidence lures where like I can make 10 casts and probably get a bite or two in those 10 casts. So those would be like your fluke baits, your little swim baits, 5-inch swim baits. We haven't seen much on like the surface iron or the hard jerk baits, that fish that was up in the water columns. Now I'd say it's mid-water, that kelp bass is mid-water. And then a halibut here or there for those guys too. That's still totally relevant. And then 3/4 day, like I said, depending on passenger loads, we're either down in that Box Canyon area below San Onofre, fishing down there on days where we have quite a few more people, where we have to fish on the anchor. And it's been, double dropper loops for boccaccios. Your 2 reds has been pretty easy, sprinkling some sculpin and some whitefish. Easy catches on that stuff. And then on the lighter load days, midweek, we're getting out to the 14-mile bank there, and it's just been solid quality chilies, bankies, Boccaccio, random, hake here and there, just some weird stuff. And the jigs, guys, this week we had like a little bit of southeast breeze and downhill current, so the boat wouldn't move much, right? You got opposing conditions, so the boat would stay pretty stationary, which was good for tangles, but not great for boat movement. But guys were fishing anywhere from 250 to 300 gram jigs, pinks, blue and whites, just pretty much whatever you get down there. So,
do you catch a lot of the restricted fish on the fishing game
we do.
list?
We do.
Like, what would that be?
We catch a lot of cowcod.
A lot of cows.
And there's a lot of release
in the deep water.
And, the regulations now, you're required to have a descending device on your boat. And mine's on a Tanacom 800 big
smart.
Electric reel because we're catching quality. It's some nice cow.
How much weight do you have on that?
Some days we're dropping with 8 pounds. Some days we're dropping with 15.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about something that comes up to the size of a bleach ball,
Right.
like a beach ball, rather. It takes a lot to
totally takes a
pull that
lot
thing
to get him
down.
back down there, but it does, and it's good. We're quick on getting it in the water, right? We get the hook out, we get the device down, boom, it's right over the side and right back down. And we're seeing some bronze spotted rockfish. I mean, that stuff lives out there. That's where that stuff lives. So yeah, we're catching it and we're descending it as fast and as responsibly as we can.
Perfect.
So,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
What kind of descender do you guys use?
I use the sequelizer.
Yeah, that thing's legit.
And we'll, sometimes we'll have a couple fish come up at a time, small bronze spotted or whatever. And we have them kind of like daisy chained together,
Yeah,
two at a time with a big weight and just clip it on with the swivel and down it goes. And
we sell a couple of different descenders at the shop. Some super inexpensive to keep you legal. Some, that just are basically like a pin that holds the fish on. And that sequelizer, it's definitely a few more bucks, but that's the one. It's pressure released. The one that we carry. You can dial it up whether it pops back off at 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet. And then as you drop it down, as soon as the pressure, hits that depth, the jaws pop open, the fish just swims off. Like they're the bomb.
And they don't fall off.
Exactly.
on the
Yeah.
sequelizer,
Right.
which is
Right.
nice.
they have different ones. They have like a deep water one and then a more shallow water one. And, I know a lot of guys that like fish sand bass this time of year and they're catching fish in, 20 fathom, 30 fathom. Those things come up barrel trauma for sure. So a lot of guys will get those smaller or, shallower devices and descend those things too. So it's good to have on your boat. It's good to get familiar with it and use it. If you have it, use it.
And another lesson is get familiar with what's you're allowed to keep and what you need
Totally.
to send too.
Yep. Absolutely. And sometimes it's hard to tell, we catch some Boscos sometimes and guys are convinced, like we'll post a picture of it. This is a Bosco. No, that's a cow cod bite, right?
Yeah.
But no, and it's easy. Right? We see it every day, so we know what it is, but it's very easy for someone that might fish out there once or twice a month and catch something for the first time and not know what it is and, get in a stick situation. So
a Florida's orange and's got a bunch of spots on it, and a bronze spotted rockfish is orange and's got a bunch of spots all over it. But one you're allowed to keep and the other you're not.
Right. So pay attention.
Yeah,
for sure.
So the Bosco is close to
they just look similar, right?
to
They
a
kind of have
cowcod?
like the same size body structure as like, a smaller cow cod. Their spines aren't as long, but they got kind of the same mottle color, some of the same orange. Like
when you look at it, you know exactly.
we can tell right away
you've
what
seen
it is.
so many.
Yeah. But for someone on a skiff,
But you gotta have that visual chart
Totally.
with the fish in the wildlife.
Yeah.
Somebody cruising Instagram always knows better than Woolley.
100%. They always do. Good for them.
Yeah, right. Well, hey, phones are packed. I have a great text here too. You have a great text,
I
right?
do, yeah.
Go
It's
ahead.
one that I thought was perfect. And this one says, "Good morning, guys. This is Bill from Mission Viejo. 15 years ago, I took my son fishing for the first time in the Sun Fun. Captain Woolley saw us struggling a bit, showed us how to bait our hook, and that was all it took. From that point on, we became students of fishing, catching calicos to yellowfin tuna. Just this week, Levi took his mom fishing, and they filled the bag and had a fantastic day on the Sun Fun. Huge thanks to Captain Woolley for everything you do."
Heck yeah. Thanks, Bill. Yeah, Levi and his mom were out and we caught some nice fish. What was cool is Levi got into fishing and I think he was at UC Santa Cruz pursuing some sort of marine science
Love that.
degree, in fisheries management or something. So
That's
it's cool how, one little thing can pay off, big in someone's life down the road.
Yeah,
So
that day started on the Sun Fun.
Totally.
You know
That's
what I mean?
cool.
And like that day could have gone the other way. It could have struggled and not
100%.
caught anything. It's just not for me. But instead, love it, lifetime passion, and
absolutely.
that'll be how Levi provides
Cool
a living
stuff.
for his family from here on
Yep.
out. Love it.
Fun.
That's cool. Hey, 833-288-0973. Let's jump in the phones, Rick.
You got it. How about this time we talked to Hills? He's calling us from Ventura this morning. Good morning, Hills. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Great show. I wanted to ask Captain Woolley, if I come down and fish, will I be able to meet Chris Pica and Captain Woolley?
Oh,
and
man.
Also,
Go ahead.
and also, do I have any chance on the 14th of getting a black cod?
Totally. Yeah, I mean, we haven't caught one per se. I know there's quite a few guys. We see some skiff guys kind of out the periphery on the deep water slope portion, where it comes up from the 2,000 feet up the bank. There's some guys that are poking around out there catching black cod and stuff like that. We haven't really targeted because it's just too deep for us. But yeah, I think there's definitely a shot on that. And as far as meeting Pika, no, he's retired. He's gone. He's in Kentucky.
Kentucky, wow.
He's gone. He's working in a sporting goods store. So yeah, if you wanted to make a trip, I don't know where in Kentucky, you could probably go track
Somewhere
him down
in
there.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Go track him down at a sporting goods store.
I want to buy a bass rod from Pika at a sporting goods store.
Hey, Hales, thanks a lot for the call this morning. Appreciate that very much. And I have an interesting comment and question here from Jay John. And I'm not sure where he's from, but I think he's in North County there. And it's good morning, gentlemen. It's a great, fun show as always. Question for Captain Brian. How long have you been a captain and what made you become one? Also, the most memorable time, most exciting time, and the craziest time you've had on the water.
Holy
A lot
cow.
of questions.
Other than that, nothing though.
Other than nothing, yeah.
So I started at Dana Wharf in 1997 working weekends. I had another job and I would just come down there. I worked with Todd Manser and Chris Peak on the Sunfun back when Todd was running that boat.
Wow.
So yeah, started with them and been on that boat ever since. So
That's
here
so
we
cool.
are. Yeah, right. So I got my license.
What date? What year?
That was in 97.
97.
Yeah.
Wow.
So got in some of that El Nino stuff that happened back in the late 90s and, that epic crazy sand bass fishing up through the, 2000s and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well,
we can pick it up on the other
continue that
side.
after that.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, hey, as you hear, we got another full hour Let's Talk Hookup coming your way, including more with the Catch Report. We're going to check in with the surf, find out what's biting, and a whole lot more good times from Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. You stay tuned. Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Do you know why 1 million customers visited Summit Gasoline last year at the San Diego Sports Arena? Because they give you the lowest price on fuel. Great service and easy access, even for trucks and trailers at their 24 pumps. Summit is known for the best price on ice, too. Almost half the cost of any other vendor. 25 pounds for just $3.99. Martha and her crew love fishermen, and they'll prove it by giving you 100 pounds free with a 35-gallon fill-up. Summit offers over 40 snacks and drinks to choose from for only 89 cents. And even a line of hand creams and lip balms for 89 cents, too. Summit now proudly offers locally made burritos and sandwiches. Made fresh daily and ready to go wherever the current takes you. Summit just upgraded their car wash. And for a limited time, get a deluxe car wash for only $6. Grab the wife's car, grab a cheap sandwich, and make up for the day on the water. Summit Gasoline. Lowest prices, friendliest staff, easy access, and free ice. What more can you ask for?
The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. Our hardworking crew will make your fishing experience one to remember. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. Fisherman's Landing is a full-service sport fishing operation offering great half-day trips on the Dolphin and full-day trips on the spacious and comfortable 85-foot Liberty. With bunks for your comfort, a huge bait capacity, and RSW fish holds to keep your catch fresh. Fisherman's Landing also boasts the best captains and crews in the business, from seasoned veterans to our young future legends. All our open party trips from half-day, full, or 1 to 3 day trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call at 619-221-8500. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
Hi, this is Captain Ray Lopez, owner-operator of the American Angler. I've spent more than half my life aboard the American Angler along with my partners Brian and Lori, developing a team that's as good as it gets. I've been fortunate to spend time on the ocean with so many fine people that I look forward to fishing with. We can't thank you enough for being part of the American Angler family, and if you haven't joined us, we love the opportunity to meet you. Text or call Lori at 619-223-5414 or or check AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com.
Hey, this is Rosie with Cedros Sport Fishing. We have always been the leader with all-inclusive fishing trips to Cedros Island. We now have 2 lodges to choose from and both sit on the cliff's edge with relaxing ocean views and gorgeous morning sunrises. With direct flights departing to the CBX in San Diego, we are committed to providing first-class service to our guests and an unforgettable fishing experience. Come check out the yellowtail and calico bass capital in the world. Nobody does it better than Cedros Sport Fishing. Call me at 619-772-7570 or check us out at cedrosportfishing.com. Book soon. Trips are going fast.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego. You won't find a better community of radio listeners anywhere. Join our Tier 1s to talk Padres, baseball, and more on Bennett Woods. Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. And Odyssey Sports Station.
This program is sponsored and produced by Let's Talk Hookup. Opinions and offers expressed during this program are not those of Odyssey or 97.3 The Fan. Sometimes they tell some pretty hefty fish stories. We don't know if they're true or not.
And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray, Rock God, Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup, right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan. Pete Gray here, along with Rock God, Rick Mexa, next to a very busy and foggy world headquarters here at next to Fisherman's Landing here in San Diego. And great guests here. We have Captain Brian Woolley from Dana Ware Sport Fishing, and our guest, George from Backbone Broadcast is here. He's here for a MLB meeting, right?
Tech Summit. All
yeah,
week at
Tech
Petco
Summit
Park,
all week at Petco Park.
Yeah, it's a good time. But,
all the MLB media guys will be there.
But
huh?
I might want to go fishing instead. But it doesn't go well. I may just turn back up here and we'll go out.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was good.
You like that last
I love that. Yesterday.
Yeah,
that was great.
Cotton.
I caught stuff. I watched them get cleaned. I learned how to bait again. I've done a lot of. I've never done boat fishing. I've done lake fishing. I've done shore fishing. And in fact, my dad and I used to fish at the mouth of the Plymouth nuclear reactor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice.
Water. And you don't have to cook the fish. It's amazing.
Ready to
go. They're already pre-cooked.
Pre-cooked.
They come out of the water. So. Well, great show here, talking fishing with Brian and giving away great prize.
Man, you're not kidding. Yeah, having a great time as always. No surprise. Captain Woolley, one of our best buds here at Let's Talk Hookup, and having a great time talking fishing and talking with you. If you want to join us on the show this morning, we would love to hear from you. There's 2 ways you can participate today on Let's Talk Hookup. First, give us a call at the Fan, 833-288-0973 is how you reach us on the phone this morning. There are 2 phone lines open this morning. It's been packed all morning long. We lost one during the break. So first time all morning we've had an open phone line. If you want it, a great time to call 833-288-0973 or send us a text. Now the text the show option super easy and only available through the Let's Talk Hookup app. Once you have the Let's Talk Hookup app, just dial it up. If one of the first tabs you'll see down below is text the show, click on that, and it'll allow you to send in your text questions to Captain Brian Woolley. Make sure you include your name and a phone number, too, because if you're the winner at the prize at the end of the show, we want to make sure to get it to you. And speaking of prize, Brian and the whole team at Dana Wharf, so gracious. We are giving away 2 sets of winners today. So there will be a winner from the caller side and a winner from the texter side today, and we'll flip the coin. The coin winner is going to win 2 3/4-day passes at a Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. The other is going to get 2 half-day passes at a Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. And you're going to get a brand new 2026 Bill Varney Sport Fishing calendar. A very cool prize at the end of the show today.
Yeah, pretty fantastic. So you want to get through. Jeff is standing by at the Fan, 833-288-0973. And you have it's time for the fish report, right?
Yeah.
Continue the fish report.
That's exactly it. We got the surf guru standing by. Gundy Gunderson's on the line. What up, Gundy?
How you guys doing? What's up, Willie?
Hey, Gundy, what's up, man?
Yeah, I don't know if it's much of a report this week. That swell really put a damper on things.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of action up off Santa Barbara, some of those south-facing beaches out west there. Some better quality perch, 7 to 10 inch perch. I think a couple 12-inch kickers. A little bit of perch action on South Bay beaches there, according to Just Fishing. But for the most part, it was a really, really tough week. You know, we'll just have to see where we go. I think we got a little weather coming on at the end of the week here. So, we talked a couple weeks ago about maybe mentioning topwater rig, for that Corvina fish in the short fin. And so I just thought I'd take a minute here to go over, because topwater is not something we traditionally fish. And this is mostly fishing the shore or from a boat, in the bays, estuaries, the lagoons, that sort of thing. The first thing you want to do is pick the right line class. And, I kind of settle at 12-pound cast, 10-pound, a little more lively. Your lure will be 14-pound if there's some better quality fish. Let's say the guys are hooking 8 to 12-pound fish. You want to bump up to 14, maybe even 17-pound test. And then when you're fishing topwater, monofilament is always best. It floats better. It doesn't sink, so it keeps helps to keep that lure up in place while you're working it. The second selection you have to make is between a bait casting reel and a spinning reel. It can be tricky working topwater on a bait casting reel. So if you have a good skill set, the bait casting reel works out real well. But a spinning reel works real well too. A 1,500, 2,000 series, I think, if you're fishing 12-pound, maybe even a little bigger reel. Spinning reel, it keeps your line tighter. When you fish bait caster, you got to really concentrate on keeping that line tight when you're working the lure so that your next cast comes out clean. That's the whole key with using a bait caster. And then rod length is another thing that's a little different. Shorter rods are usually better. If you're fishing topwater, let's say they're outside the surf line, then you're going to go longer, 7 foot, a little longer, maybe an 8-foot rod. But usually if you're fishing in the bay and stuff, 6 foot, 6'6", you want to go with a shorter rod because if you use a longer rod, a lot of the energy when you're hitting that topwater will go into the bend of the rod rather into the action of the lure. So you'll lose some lure action if you go with longer rods. And also a short rod, you can really turn that crank and come tight on a bite real quick. And that's something that I prefer. And, the baits are usually in 2 categories, walk the dog or a popper bait. A walk the dog goes one direction, the other. A popper bait, obviously, by description. So you're looking at, Zara Spooks, Sammys, Pop-Rs, Ricos, Zara Puppies are one of my favorites. Skitter Pops, the Rapala makes, Spitting Image. I'm dating myself probably with some of these lures. Rock Cod could probably tell you some of the more modern, but that's basically what we're talking about, a walk the dog or a popper. And then finally, bait concentrations. That's usually, if you're going to find these short fin anywhere from, Newport Harbor to Chula Vista, it's going to be in association with bait. So always keep that in mind. So, in a nutshell.
Wow.
What a great report, man. I love that's the best info. And I'm with you, man. I love your rundown of topwater baits. That was not just a trip down memory lane, but those are the best of it.
Yeah, you could add to it, Rock Cod. I'm sure there's little aspects you prefer when you fish like this.
No, I'm the same. I'm the same as Gundy. Like that's the topwater that I grew up fishing, and the Groms in the shop would do better at tell you what came out yesterday. But like you had the who's who list of the best walking baits. Those
are the timeless baits.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
so
that was
many
awesome,
striped
Gundy.
bass on those things. Yeah,
Some of my favorite reports of Gundy's are when there isn't a good report because he digs into the bag and like there's always the best nuggets.
Gives it secret inside stuff.
Well, Woolley, appreciate a fantastic one as always. We'll get to reporting when the weather's good, but like I said, I'm not gonna lie. These are some of my most favorites, and sure appreciate everything you do and a fantastic rundown on a cool way to catch a cool fish. That's something a little bit different. And again, if you're a surf guy and the surf's a little too high and the beach is pounding, then slide into the bay and make a little short pound session. Do a sundowner evening. You take everything that Gundy just talked about. You're gonna put yourself a cool day together.
All right, gentlemen, have a good week. See, I'm an old dog, so I go with the proven baits. You know what I mean? I look at the wall of baits that you see now in these tackle shops, and it can be in the intimidating. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Yeah.
Great job, brother. Appreciate
Thanks,
you,
Gundy.
Gundy.
Have a good
See you,
week.
Gundy. Have a
guys.
good
See
one,
you
man.
next Sunday. Appreciate that. That wraps up our fish report.
It sure does. And again, the Bill Varney 2026 CCA calendar is available now at your local tackle shop, or you can get one at surffishtackle.com. He did a great job. And one lucky caller or texter is going to win one of those at the end of the show today.
One each.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're each going to win one. That's right.
for
Thanks
sure.
to Woolley. We're half day and 3/4 day passes. One to the caller side, one to the texter side, and each are going to win one of those great 2026 calendars.
That's right. Well, let's jump into the phones. They're packing up.
Packed they are. This time we're going to talk to Jerry, who's calling us from Dana Point this morning. What's up, Jerry? Welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. The reason why I called was to ask Woolley. In the past, Dana Wharf has offered like a 10 trip package.
Yep.
That was reduced in price. Does he know when that's going to come out?
I sure do. I know exactly when. It's a Black Friday deal, Monday, November 24th.
Whoa.
So yeah, it's a smoking deal. Yeah. So you get 30% off half day and 3/4 day tickets. It's from the 24th to the 30th. And you can buy up to 10 in like any combo, right? You can buy 8 3/4 day and 2 half days. Yeah, the regulars scoop them up. And sometimes, our pricing will change depending on the time of the year. So you buy them and you can use them any time of the year.
Wow.
So yeah, scoop those up.
It's a great deal.
Yeah.
So 30% off.
30% off.
And it's a 10 pack.
And it's up to 10 you can buy per person. So
Okay.
that's Monday the 24th through the 30th of November. So
Well,
yeah,
like,
mark your
you
calendar.
can buy individual
Individual
trip tickets.
You can buy one
online,
up to 10,
or you buy them
online.
right? Online.
Yeah.
It's online only.
Yep. There may be in the office. Don't quote me on that, but it's so much easier online. You just go to our website, go to the gift certificates. We'll put a link or we'll post it on our Instagram or whatever, and then you can just go right to the website and order them
Black
up. And then you get a series of codes, and then when you book online, you just enter the code.
Sick.
Boom, you're good to go.
And it's good for how long?
Until you use it.
To use it.
Yeah.
Good forever.
So use them. Yeah.
Wow.
Get them and come fishing. And we have whale watching too. Same deal, 50% off on whale watch.
That's
too.
50% off.
So yeah, if you got some family is coming to town later in the
Exactly.
year, jump on it because
Wow.
it's an awesome deal. So
That's a good deal.
right on.
Hey, thanks a lot for the call. Good,
All
good,
right.
good tip there.
I had a fun
Thank
text.
you.
Says, hey guys, good morning. Questions for Captain Woolley. Could you talk a little bit about the most current depth restrictions and limits on the species? And you mentioned it briefly, but what are the ones we need to keep our eye out for that are on the no-take list?
Got it. So there's really 3. There's the yellow eye. We don't catch a whole lot of those, right? Those are around. The guys fishing the islands will see some of that on the rockfish. And then the other ones are really the bronze spotted and your cowcod. So those are kind of the 3 on the list. As far as limits go, it's, you've got your 10 rockfish per day with the sub limit of 2 fish on your vermilion rockfish. So keep that in mind.
What about bocage?
Bocacho, you could have 10.
Oh, you can
Straight
have 10 now.
Yeah, I know, right? See, even
Yeah.
P is confused. Yeah,
It's like,
yeah, totally.
well, it changes. So
it does.
Yeah.
It
I mean, there
does.
was a zero limit on bocage, and they were everywhere.
Yeah, and then it was
Right.
miraculously rebuilt, right,
Yeah.
in a record period of time. Yeah, so that's that. 10 fish, depth restrictions. Yes, there's certain seasons from January to April 1st. It's closed.
Period.
And then when it opens April 1st, you've got your depth restrictions. It's all depths, so there's no restrictions when it opens, so you can fish wherever.
Yeah.
And then
April 1st on.
right, and then you get your near shore from. Let's see, it goes until
Is it
I'm
June?
spacing. Yeah, I think it's June to October is the shallow inside the 50 fathom line, and then you've got your seaward, they say, of the line from October to the end of the year.
Yeah. So right now you have to be.
So now you have to be outside of their 50 fathom
50
waypoint,
fathom
right?
line.
The DFG has set up a series of waypoints from the Oregon border to the Mexican border, and you have to be either seaward or inshore of whatever that line is. So one thing to know is where those waypoints are. You can still fish if you're seaward, like they say, of the waypoint line. You can still be in 250 feet of water.
Right.
You just have to be outside of their line.
Their lines.
Right. So know where you're at, because the opposite happens on the near shore, right?
Yeah.
So you just got to know, hey, I might be in deeper water, but I'm still inside the.
And
the
how do you
boundary.
find those?
So
waypoints?
SAC has them on their website.
Right.
Most of your electronic plotters nowadays have that line plotted into it. I know, like the Navionics app has it plotted in it. So you just have to, familiarize yourself with where the line is.
And so, like on my chart, they have a fishing and a navigation mode.
Okay.
Is it on the fishing mode or the navigation?
I don't
mode?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You don't know what Pete has on his boat?
I don't.
No, but I mean,
step your game up, man.
But I mean, that's pretty common though. There's a lot of
Right.
charts. A lot of the Navion charts have a fishing mode and a navigation.
I've probably the
Yeah.
fishing, I would think.
Maybe
for
the
sure.
fishing
Yeah.
mode. Yeah. Or that.
I mean, on the handheld app, like we have it on
and
our.
I'll give you an example. So when you're hooping in the bay, there's a line around where the Navy lets you in or not
Got it.
in, right? And it's actually, I learned this from one of the Navy guys when he said, "Get out of here," and he said, "Look at your chart." So I was on the fishing mode, didn't have it. Went to the navigation mode, it had it.
Interesting.
So yeah, so that's something you might take a look at.
Got it. So yeah, if you have it on your boat, you pull up both charts and figure out which one's
The other-
showing you where you're at.
The other thing you want to just make sure that you like plan your day accordingly, because you can't go and be perfectly legal, go to the seaward side and go catch your rockfish and
Absolutely.
have a cooler full of rockfish and decide, okay, we caught our limits, we're good. Now we're gonna run into the kelp and we're gonna go spend the rest of our afternoon bass fishing and hitting shallow stones. Like you gotta plan accordingly. You can't be in that shallow water having already had your limits of rockfish. Even though you caught it in the right spot, you can't start your
Right.
day again, inside.
You could take it to your car, right, and put it in your cooler and then run back, but you can't have it on your boat.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Good tips. Yeah. Hey, it's time to talk about eating. How's that sound? And
I'm hungry.
one of the greatest places to eat in the world is Point Loma Seafoods, right here next to the San Diego landings in Point Loma. I gotta let George talk about eating.
Oh, yeah,
because
come on.
we
Too busy
we took
eating that food.
we took
Yeah.
the ultimate lunch on our boat yesterday, and I went and got the giant cocktail shrimp at Point Loma Seafoods.
Yes, you
got some sushi. I've got the salmon candy,
My
the
favorite.
ceviche,
I couldn't stop
and
eating it.
what else did we have? We had the gourmet chips
Yep,
that they
the
have.
chips. And I
Yeah.
just was chowing down on that the whole
Yeah,
way.
we had a bait tank lunch on the way
Yeah.
out. We just put it on the bait tank and just all
The seagulls
kind of
were hovering
feasted on it.
around, you know.
Yeah, they
Of course.
wanted it.
They-
yeah,
yeah, they wanted
but
it
they didn't
badly.
get any
They
of it
didn't
because
get
we
any
ate
of
it all.
We
Yeah,
did. We ate it
yeah.
all.
But I mean, that's an example of what you can do at Point Loma Seafoods. Just like the ultimate lunch, dinner, fresh fish. They had fresh harpoon swordfish the other
Oh,
day.
wow. Dude.
Yeah, they had fresh black sea bass, the forbidden fruit. That we can, that comes from Mexico, right? They have
Oh,
fresh.
good stuff.
They had a lot of great stuff, and of course lunch, dinner. I know you guys eat there all the time.
I mean, it's down the walkway from us. There's not a week that we don't spend at least one of the days at Point Loma Seafoods, and we're still really big on shrimp tacos and fish tacos there. They just do them so good and so right. We always joke too. You can tell one of the summertime guys is on the top ramen diet at home, and no extra jingle in their pocket. The least expensive and killer lunch is to just roll through Point Loma Seafoods, get a half pint of their tuna salad and a bag of those killer chips.
Ooh.
Dude, that's it. They house made the chips, scoop it up that tuna salad. It is so good for like
sounds
the
nice.
pennies on the dollar killer lunch. Like that's the secret for the boys in the shop when you're on top ramen mode. Like that's the one. Cheap, easy killer, and you can't possibly beat a squid plate from Point Loma Seafoods. It's been my favorite for 25 years.
Yeah.
Love that place.
Check it out, Point Loma Seafoods, right next to the San Diego landings in Point Loma. Phones are packed, Rick. Let's jump into it.
You got it, man. How about this time we talk to Kevin? He's calling us from Pacific Beach. Kevin, good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning. Hey, I want to give kudos out to both Let's Talk Hookup and Brian Woolley. About a year and a half ago, I got tickets, and I used them last November. Around this time, I took a buddy up who doesn't really fish much, and we went out on the Clemente, and it was a fabulous trip. There was a little kid. It was like a birthday party, and the kids were 8 to 14 years old. Half the boat was filled with kids, and his dad on a little digital scale. And he was just running around measuring fish as people brought him up. We drove straight out to the 14, and I loaned a rod to my buddy. He caught just shy of 19-pound ling cod.
Nice.
The biggest one. I mean, I fished local all my life. I've had a boat since I was 16. I'm 62. And he caught the biggest ling cod I've seen local ever. And I got a Boccaccio just shy of 9 pounds. I've never seen one that big either.
Very nice.
Oh, cool. What a
I
trip,
took
Kevin.
pictures. You got them in your phone right now. You want to share them with Brian.
Cool. We'll have to
Now
check
it's on
them out.
the-
Good stuff, man. Glad you got out there. Those guys on the Clemente, Captain Chad does a great job. He worked as a deckhand for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. but he's been there almost as long, and he does a phenomenal job on the Clemente. And yeah, good for you. I'm glad you had a good trip with those guys.
All right. And thanks a lot for the call this morning. That does free up 833-288-0973. Jeff is standing by at the fan, but you have a good text, huh?
I thought so. It says, hey, Brian, now that the season is certainly not over, but starting to wind down, you'd mentioned a little bit how some of the real warm water exotics didn't make their show this year. We've had so much fun over the years at Dana War Sport Fishing, having tuna right outside the harbor, even those years of crazy wahoo and big marlin. Do you think that this was a water temperature issue? Was it bait? I'm just curious of your overall assessment of the season and looking forward to next year. And that's all from Mike and Rosie.
Right. Mike, it was a water temperature thing. It wasn't that we didn't have warm water in our zone. I mean, there was plenty of warm water on the banks, right? The 209 to 312 out towards Clemente and in that zone. There was plenty of feed. I think that equation was the same everywhere else, right? Where that fish was. That the fish doesn't know it's in Orange County. It doesn't know it's in San Diego County. It just knows I'm in the water that I like and there's feed. And if that's prevalent 60 miles from San Diego, 100 miles from San Diego, or further down Baja, that fish doesn't have to make the trek in search of what it needs to survive. And there's been plenty of years where, that bait did settle inside the, the basin there at Clemente or inside between Catalina and the beach here. And we've had phenomenal seasons. So it was water and bait related, but not in a negative way, right? It was everywhere. And that fish just didn't have a need to travel to find food. So
that's pretty cool. Hey, thanks for the text. I got another great text from Garrett in Laguna Niguel. Good morning, guys. I would like to try jig fishing on one of your deep water trips. Do you need a specialized jigging rod, or can it be done with light spectra on a level line reel with typical multi-purpose rod?
Yeah, totally. No, we've got guys that come out that fish, a rod right out of the rack. They're fishing a Daiwa or a Trinidad reel loaded with 50-pound braid and a little monofilament top shot on an 8-foot relatively soft tip rod that are doing just fine fishing jigs. And then you got guys that have their slow pitch jig setups dialed to the nines, the short stout rods or the weird acid wrap style guides and the super expensive, $1,000 reels. Like, it's simple. You're dropping a piece of metal 600 feet to the bottom and you're lifting it off the bottom. So does the specialized slow pitch jig give the jig more action? Probably, but I don't think it's that necessary to have something like that to catch a fish. So yeah, your conventional Trinidad or Daiwa, Saltiga with a 7 or 8 foot soft tip rod would work just fine for pitching a jig.
You get to see so much of it. And I know you always mention that you have a dedicated group of regulars that fish that way a lot. Is it that, do you see bigger fish get caught with the jig, or is it just kind of more fun fishing with that really lightweight tackle? And, is there an advantage to fishing that way, or is the good old dropper loop with a strip of squid still king, or how does that shake out?
It's both. I think the guys that are good with the jigs can fish the whole water column effectively. It's lighter, so they're not tired holding a heavier conventional type of setup. But I think that lighter tackle gives them a better ability to fish the water column. And obviously the jigs fall different than a 16-ounce piece of lead. So you're going to get some flood, you're going to get some stop. A lot of those guys are getting stopped before they even get to the bottom, right? Where I think your heavy jig is just through the fish. Like, yeah, you're going to get stopped sometimes when that stuff's clouded up and way up off the bottom with your bait and whatnot. But that jig, I think, fishes better because you can actually, take 50, 80 cranks, let it flutter back or a couple rips up, and it just gives you a better opportunity to really fish the water column where that fish is.
And some of the rockfish that you target, are synonymous with not being on the bottom. Right? Like there's some species that hang, like you say, might be 100 feet off of the bottom.
Easily,
is where some of the
what hangs more off the bottom?
Like those Floridas and like the Chilis are way up off the bottom.
Are they?
Yeah, like we'll be in 600 feet of water and you'll have this big giant wad of fuzz 150, 200 feet off the bottom. And then you'll see like a bunch of little specks and stuff, even 50, 80 feet above that.
Wow.
And that's where you're going to catch those Chilis.
And they eat so good.
That's phenomenal. Yeah.
Man, I like those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Wayne was fishing deep yesterday when we were doing with a tungsten jig.
Okay.
It's a little, it's an expensive jig. You're going to be dropping down there, but that thing drops like a rock.
They go quick.
Yeah.
They go quick.
So if you want to dare to drop your tungsten down there, you can get down there quick.
Right? Only $100, no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. Yeah.
Everything's worth it for a red.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I had a fun text read this morning. It says, hey, guys, what a great show. Brian, every week with Dana Orr Sport Fishing during the season, you've mentioned the Halibut Derby. I haven't heard any word about it yet this year, and I always enjoy joining. Just curious if your plans of having a Halibut Derby are again for this coming year, and when we can look forward to it.
Awesome. Yeah. So when Rockfish closes, we look to get that rolling. So that will start in January, and I'll run through March. Last year, all of what's cool about these derbies is it gives us, just something cool to target, something cool to add to, our fishery. And that'll start in January. Last year we raised $1,000 for CCA, another awesome win for CCA through the proceeds of, entries and stuff like that. But January we'll start the Halibut Derby.
Awesome.
And then I will throw this out there. We've got something else in the mix coming up for Rockfish. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm rolling. So we've got our bass tournament, halibut, and then something cool to look forward to with that.
George, in Boston in January, what do you target in the ocean there?
Ice skating.
Ice
harvest, ice skating, ice sculpting.
Actually, there's no joke. There's a lot of ice fishing.
Mm-hmm.
You see people on lakes. They got little spots set up, or they're just got a fire burning, and
that's awesome.
Going away.
I've never done that. Have you done that?
No, I've always wanted to.
Big time.
You always want to do that?
I always wanted to, which is just a weird. I mean, I'm dying to go do that. I've always wanted to, which is really saying something because, dude, I'm admittedly the single largest wuss when it comes to cold weather. I hate it. Like I hate everything about it. I complain the whole time, but I totally want to. I want to do the whole thing. I want to do the little hut.
You want to pull that 15-pound pike out of the little tiny
everything
hole.
about it. Like I've seen it my whole life growing up as a kid, watching Saturday morning fishing shows with my dad. Like I want to ice fish. Totally. I've never done it. Never even been close
fly
to
up,
it. So.
fish with Greg Stotesbury because he's going, you got to come up and go ice fishing this winter in Montana. I was like,
dude, I'm in. I'm in for one time, and then I'll continue to then complain about how cold it was and how crummy it was the whole time. But totally want to go.
Check that box.
Good stuff.
There you go.
No doubt.
Good stuff.
Hey, well, speaking of good fishing, it's time to find out what's biting. It's time for our fishdope.com report with the Anglers Realtor, Yosef Husseini. The Catch Report is sponsored by the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. I saw those boys looking very busy this morning with that Shogun return. It's your spot to get the premier processing experience. You can check out their easier online system to book your processing for your next long-range trip. With more team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. More same-day capacity, the finest customer service. You can stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street or check fishermansprocessing.com and be sure you make your reservation today. Last time we talked, you were getting on a plane to go down to Mag Bay to have some good fishing. And, with the way things have been going down there, Yosef, I can't imagine you guys caught any fish down there, huh?
No, the fishing was terrible. It was the best fishing I've ever had. Like Frank was talking about, like the 60 to 80 pounders, it was all you could catch. I mean, we had to stop wahoo fishing because we had no more room.
So cool. Like, unbelievable.
Ridiculous. Yeah, we caught an unbelievable amount of marlin. The marlin fishing was all you could catch. We jumped in with them, swam with them. We had a videographer with us there, and he captured it all. It was just insane. Best fishing trip I've ever been on.
Really?
That's saying something, buddy. That's pretty cool.
Yes, sir. All right, for the report, I'm going to start up at the Channel Islands. Not a ton going on up there, but rockfish action has been really good, 300 to 600 feet. Santa Monica Bay, there's still a decent shot at the calico bass. They're still biting pretty well. Long Beach to Newport, there is some squid out there off of Visor's Reef. There's a fair pick on calico bass. Guys are using crankbaits and doing pretty well. Catalina Island, the yellowtail are slowing down a little bit, but there's still a handful can be caught on the front side. These are the same smaller fish. Backside's been pretty slow. There's been some bigger ones caught at the west end of Catalina there. 9 Mile Bank, La Jolla area. La Jolla popped up, I think it was Friday. They had a really good show of yellowtail. The Sea Watch put them on them. They landed 4 in the 20-pound class and lost a bunch more. They only had 9 passengers. Coronado Islands, Rockpile area is slowed way down. We don't have a ton of reports from the area. Not a ton of people fishing it. The 475 knuckle. This has been pretty amazing for bluefin tuna. There's some yellowfin mixed in there as well. These are smaller, super skittish fish, 12 to 20 pounds. Use some lighter line and cast to them. This whole area of these smaller bluefin are from basically, I guess, the 101 all the way out to the Hidden Bank. there is like a huge mass of fish. People are picking away at them, and it's still biting really good. The 475 area as well there's bigger fish over there and a little bit more of yellowfin, and there's some skipjack mixed in. There's decent kelp patty fishing. It can turn from little yellowtail into bluefin and skipjack. So make sure you're not passing those up. Birds are being found under tunas are being found under birds, and lots of sonar marks, lots of blind jig strikes also in the area. That's all I got for you. Great fishing still.
Man, we'll certainly take that. Glad to hear it. And like you say, this season is still rolling along. There's really good fishing to be had, and it's certainly not time to hang the gear up yet. And man, it's been a good one. Glad to hear that there's local continuing. Glad to hear you guys had such an awesome time down at Mag Bay. Glad to know that fishdope.com is staying up on top of all the great fishing. And if somebody wants to keep in touch with the real estate world, how do we do that?
You can get me on social media at Anglers Realtor. You can also get me on my website at sportsmansrealty.com. If you'd like a free home evaluation, go to socalhomeeval.com.
Awesome. Great report as always, buddy. Appreciate it very much, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
All right, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Yosef. Appreciate that very much.
Don't forget, you save $30 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code Hookup Now. Lowercase, no space. Hookup Now, your $30 code at fishdope.com.
There it is. When we come back, we got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more catch reports, and a whole lot more. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California sport fishing voice on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Here's the hot tip on the best fishing LA has to offer. 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro. They are home to LA's finest open party fleet, including overnight on the Freedom, Catalina Freelance on the Pursuit, half-day trips on the Monte Carlo, and three-quarter-day trips on the Sea Angler. For your own private charter, we have the Outrider and Trueline available. There's always plenty of free parking and a fully stocked tackle store. 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro. Call 310-832-8304 or on the web at 22ndstreet.com.
Haida Gwaii Safaris, formerly Queen Charlotte Safaris, invites you to experience the magic of Haida Gwaii Islands, British Columbia, Canada. Hi, I'm Valerie Hoprich. 25 years ago, I fell in love with these incredible islands, the breathtaking scenery, the warm community, and the truly phenomenal fishing. That passion inspired me to open my own fishing lodge, just steps from the Sandspit Harbor at Haida Gwaii Safaris. You will be fishing in pristine, pressured waters for Chinook, king salmon, halibut, lingcod, and much more. Plus, be surrounded by untouched beauty. We pride ourselves on creating an unforgettable adventure that turns first-time guests into lifetime friends. You will come for the fishing, and you will come back for the memories. We are booking now. Call us at 1-877-815-2892 or visit our website, qcsafaris.com. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. Haida Gwaii Safaris, where adventure and friendship meet.
One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's CalStar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG series, all CalStar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new CalStar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's CalStar at Fine Tackle Dealers.
Hi, Bob Hoos with Costa Sunglasses. If you've got young anglers in your life who are just getting hooked, Costa's got something made just for them. The new Next Gen collection is built for long days on the water and takes Costa's iconic performance for smaller faces. Check out Schoolie, Costa's first 8-base wrap for smaller profiles, and Street Heat, a bold everyday frame with micro side shields that keep glare and spray where they belong. Help the next generation see what's out there and protect what's out there. Available now at costadelmar.com and select retailers starting at $130.
Take a closer look at the Ford F-150. You'll see hard work, a great adventure, and so much more. Inside and out, it's designed for the family, the road trip, and the most demanding job. The 2025 Ford F-150, whether it's gas, hybrid, or the all-electric Lightning, find the truck that will meet your needs. From California's best-selling truck brand, the 2025 Super Duty, the rugged Ford Ranger, and the versatile Ford Maverick, it's time to see Ford in a new light. Visit your San Diego County Ford dealer today to see the great selection across the full truck lineup.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here with Captain Woolley this morning, talking fishing. What a great day today's been.
Yeah, it's been super fun. A lot of good texts, a lot of good calls. You want to get through, still time to get through. Jeff Hamby standing by at the fan, 833-288-0973. Let's jump into the phones, Rick.
You got it, man. How about we talk to Carl, who's calling us from Escondido this morning. Good morning, Carl. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, gentlemen. Hey, I was wondering, what is the age limit for kids going on Sunday fishing free? How young to how old?
The kids don't necessarily fish for free on Sunday. We have that dockside seminar on their on the afternoon half day, so that's a little bit different.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. I have a good text here from John in Whittier. And John asked, "Good morning, Captain and crew. I gifted my son a 3/4 day trip on the day at Dana Wharf sport fishing. What can he expect to catch this time of the year?"
This time of year, the half day he's going to be targeting bass, sheephead, maybe some whitefish. 3/4 day, you're going to be more than likely fishing rock cod. Either, like I said, out there on the 14. If you don't have rods and reels, we have that all available for rent in our shop for sure. And probably rockfish if you're 3/4 day, like I said.
Yeah. Take a bag home.
You can go home with 10 fish.
Yeah.
Pretty easily. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 10 fish total.
Total.
Yeah.
Of the rock
So
cod,
including 2 reds.
Yeah.
If you're
Exactly.
lucky
If you're
enough to
lucky,
catch one.
that's sublimited.
So in your experience, which rockfish eats best?
Probably the chili, I would think. I mean, those
Chili?
reds are, if you're
Reds are
fishing the coastal stuff, yeah, it's hard to beat the red. I'm a fan of a thin fillet, right? I love eating tuna and swordfish and that kind of stuff, but I like a thin, delicate fillet, and it's hard to beat like that chili pepper rockfish or those bank rockfish. Yeah.
Yeah. Starries.
Yep. All that stuff.
Yeah.
White, flaky, delicious.
The green spots are also delicious.
All that stuff. I mean, it's all great to eat. I don't think there's a bad, even, everyone gives Boccaccio a bad rap. It's
Exactly
like,
what I was
dude,
gonna say.
it doesn't matter.
Really?
Like, yeah, you're going to see stuff in every fish that you catch. It doesn't matter. Right. And that's just how it is in nature, right? That stuff is in everything, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with taking home your Boccaccio. Yeah. It takes one guy to say some stupid thing on the boat. Oh, that's it, and it just taints it for everybody else. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with any of that fish.
People love
it's kept iced. It's great. You can take it home and you enjoy every bit of it.
That's what I'm saying. You take a fresh Bocach, clean it right, bread it, deep fry it, and put it in a taco and tell me that it's not killer. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things.
It's just one of those fish. It's like the bonito, right? Everyone like turns their nose up at the bonito. Like, dude, I will eat a bonito over a piece of fresh bluefin any day of the week.
Yeah.
Like, it just is, I think it's better.
Taken care of.
Yeah, totally taken care of right. 100%.
All right. Well, hey, I had a great text come through. Good morning, guys. I'd really like to try some of this jig fishing on one of your deep water trips. Wondering if you could give me a little bit of a rundown on the perfect outfit for it. Right size rod, right size spectra. You talked about the reels a little bit. Anything specific? And is there a multi-purpose rod that'll work for it, or do I really need a specialized setup?
It depends on how much money you want to spend, right? If you don't have something, I would recommend not going out and buying something. You probably have something in your rod and reel quiver that you could use, like a Trinidad 14. You could, pull your monofilament off your Trinidad 14, go to the tackle shop, fill it with some 30-pound braid, stick it on a 7.5 foot medium action rod, and you could probably do fine. 8-foot rod and totally do fine. And then see how it fishes for you. I mean, you can pick guys' brains on the boat and ask guys what rods and reels they have that they like, and then go from there. I know pretty much every rod manufacturer. I know Seeker makes a slow pitch jig rod. Phoenix makes one. Lots of different manufacturers make jigging rods. And you can break the bank on one that, $700-800, or you can get a budget one, by Daiwa, like the Daiwa Harrier rod. We have a few of those on the boat that, if guys want to get in and try it, we'll throw them the rod and reel, and they can use that with the, a Saltiga 20. It just all depends on what you want to spend, but I wouldn't recommend going and buying something crazy expensive right out of the gate. You probably, like I said, have something in your setup that you could convert over and take it on a trip or two, and then fine tune it from there.
Yeah. If you want to go to the ultimate way, I love that Osea jigger 25,000.
Oh, dude, that thing's so cute.
It's unbelievable. It's a lever drag, but it's so powerful, small, holds plenty of line. I mean, but it's not cheap.
Right.
Yeah. But it'll last a
You'll
lifetime.
have it forever. And that's exactly my point. Like, yeah, you can get crazy expensive fast, but test the water first, and then I would say go to the tackle shop and throw Rick all your money.
There you go. I like that. Great call.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Let's jump into the
You
phones.
got that, buddy. How about next up? We talked to Little Hollis, calling us from Santee this morning. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Got you there, Hollis? Well, maybe we lost him there. How about we jump back into the phones and talk to Charles, calling from La Mirada this morning. Hey, Charles, you hanging in there with us?
Yeah, good morning, Pete, Rockcod Rick, and guests. Great show this morning. My question is, I typically fish for rockfish up out of the Channel Islands, and I've been pretty successful. I'm hearing a lot of chatter about down south with the rock fishing. So my question is it equally as aggressively fished as the Channel Islands, or is it at par, or is it less productive? I don't know
No, that's a good question. Rockfish, obviously, right, habitat based. They want that hard, craggy, aggressive bottom. We have spots in our zone, that we fish that are good. Is there more habitat in other areas that's more prone to rockfish? Definitely, right? That whole central coast is just synonymous with quality rock cod fishing. And those guys fish it hard, and they have lots of good spots. So yeah, is there one spot that's better than the other? No, it's a trade-off, because those guys get some crazy wind, they get crazy weather and stuff that keeps them off the water, where we might not get that as regularly. But yeah, you can go and fish some of those Central Coast landings and have a phenomenal rockfish trip. And you can come with us, on a same day on a calendar and do equally as well. So what's close to you, what fits your budget? You want to try something new and something different, by all means, go for it. Give it a shot at one of those spots. I think the quality is in both spots, and you're going to have a great time either way.
Well,
sure.
I was talking to Harold Davis. He lives in Morro Bay.
Okay.
And I was telling him, oh, yeah, we're fishing 500 feet. He goes, 500 feet? He goes, we're fishing 75 feet.
Right.
Right.
Catching those big reds and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, just keep in mind, if you're boat based, you need to just kind of, again, keep track where you're at on the map, because, we're in the southern management area from Conception down. So if you start getting above that into some of those other zones, regs change.
A lot of regulations, a lot of closures, and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. But if you go on the sport boat,
you're good. You should.
They know the regulations.
You would think.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Quentin and thanks a lot for the call. Quentin Fontana has a question. Good morning, guys. Great stuff this morning. My question is for Captain Brian. If my son is 7 and wants to go, I want to have my son who's 7 and he wants to go fishing with me. Is there a trip that would be good fit for a boy of his age? He's been fishing in the ocean. He's never been fishing in the ocean.
Awesome. Yeah, I would say start them on a half-day trip. And I always say this with people that are bringing a kid for the first time to the parent, even like my good friends that want to come fish. And I tell them, as the parent fisherman, leave your stuff, leave your rod and reel at home. Focus your time on your kid for that 1 5-hour fishing trip. Be there, help them bait the hook. Our crew will do whatever we can to help you. But the parents that fish with their kid the entire time and don't care about catching a fish themselves, they're spending quality time teaching their kid, and that kid's gonna have a great experience.
Is 7 too young?
No, not at all.
No,
7's not too young at all. We've get kids younger than that all the time. But you need to supervise, right? We can't supervise 100% of the time what your kids doing. But my point with the parent leaving their tackle at home and not, you're going to fish with your kid, and if you go with that mindset on that half-day trip that you're investing that whole opportunity in the kid, they're going to have a phenomenal time. They're going to want to come back, because it doesn't take much to bum a kid out at 7 years old and not want to come back. But if you can spend that
Good
time
advice.
with them, then you're
and you're fishing anyway. You're fishing
with your kid totally, and it's going to exponentially give them that better opportunity and want to come back.
That's
cool. It. Well said.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I had another great text come through. It's from Stephen Fallbrook. Says, good morning, guys. Brian, for the half-day and 3/4-day trips, would you say that you encourage or discourage anglers from bringing the alternative dead bait, shrimp, squid, etc.? If so, what is your favorite bait? And I'd also like to give a particular thanks for everything you and the Dana Wharf family does for CCA.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, we work hard with CCA, and if you're not a member of CCA, you need to step up, because there's some, MLPA regional meetings and stuff like that. So stay involved with that and sign up and become part of that. As far as the exotic baits, we do our best to provide, fresh squid or, frozen squid, and of course the live bait opportunity. But a lot of our regulars will bring shrimp or clam. So yeah, grab a bag and bring it with you. And if you don't use it, we have a cooler on the boat. You can keep it on the ice and take it home and use it on your next trip. But this time of year, when that fish is slow and kind of at the bottom, it's a little less apt to chase the live bait, right? They're in just kind of energy conservation mode when the water gets cold. We have a 64-degree surface temp. It's probably mid 50s at the bottom. So, they're going to expend a little bit less energy chasing a little chunk of shrimp or something down there, at least for that sheephead and some other stuff. So have it, bring it. And if you use it, great. And if not, bring it home, use it on the next one.
Bring it home next one.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. 833-288-0973. Let's jump into the phones.
How about Chuck from Dana Point up next on Let's Talk Hookup? Good morning, Chuck.
Hey, you guys. What's up, amigo?
Hey, Chuck.
Did you see that fish Vance caught?
I did. Yeah. His son Vance fished the last trip of the Fury and had a 44-pound yellowtail yesterday.
Whoa!
Yeah, nice
44.
one. 44.
Yeah.
It was a tank. We'll put a pic up today on our website. You guys check it out.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a nice
I
one.
was at work eating crab.
Wow.
But you know what? Anywhere we go, everybody respects you and Dana Wharf, what we do down there for CCA and all the kids and everything. But, just the camaraderie you teach and how to have fun at that job is what you pass on. And you see these guys going down to San Diego, and look how good they're doing. It's having fun at your job. If you love what you do, it's not work.
Right.
And how can you not love fishing, right?
Right. I mean, it has its moments.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Where you
yeah,
got to
you
kind of
betcha.
grind for sure. But hey, thanks for the good words, Chuck. Yeah, we try hard to have that positive energy on the boat and, get that instilled in our regulars. But yeah, we still have bad days fishing. We still have, bad conditions, or we still have bait problems, whatever it might be, right? There's still things, but at the end of the day, we're there to show everyone a good time, and we do our best to do that. So thanks for that.
There you go. Thanks a lot for the call, Chuck. Appreciate that.
Competition helps too, right?
Yeah. 44-pound yellow.
That was a nice one.
That's
Beast.
a
That was a
tanker,
tank.
man. Yeah.
Cool way to wrap it up.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, Ted in San Diego has a very interesting perspective and question here. It says, good morning, gents. Is catch and release and donate? He's talking about going on a rockfish trip. Is catch and release or donate on the boat to other anglers available? How much fish? I have so much fish in the freezer, but I still want to go fishing.
Right.
So he wants to go fishing, but he don't want to take any fish home. I mean, and you're going to the 14-mile bank. Is that
he can distribute his catch to other anglers?
Is that
like people do, like there might be a guy that is seasick, right? That's just having the worst trip ever. And we, there's been times where we've been like, hey, you have your 10 fish, we're restricted by boat limits.
Yeah.
So we can't take more than what we can per boat. Right.
Right.
But some guys will hand fish off to guys that aren't doing well, or someone that might be struggling, or someone just having an off day or whatever.
Yeah.
But just keep in mind, it's your fishing license and it's your daily possession limit. So we can do our best to help you manage it, but ultimately that responsibility falls on the angler that's fishing.
Yeah.
So,
but if he's giving away, he doesn't have a possession limit.
he doesn't, but someone else might,
Somebody
right? That
else
fish
might.
goes someplace.
It's gonna
So
go, yeah.
it's
gotta
not,
watch who's
it's not the
giving-
boat's job to manage your possession limit.
If
We
the
can
other
help
one
you
has-
figure out who's might need some fish or something, but we can't, it's not our responsibility to manage your 10 fish.
You get two reds. It's easy to throw two reds in there and get busy, and you gotta
All of a
be in
sudden,
charge of what's in your sack.
Right, but then you catch a bigger one.
That's what I'm
right.
saying.
Then what do you do with the other two?
Sure.
Right, that's on you. We can help you maybe find, hey, this guy doesn't have one, but that's
Yeah.
your fish. You need to manage your fish.
And it's too late to descend them.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a sticky spot, and I
Sure.
get it, and it makes sense. But sublimits are sublimits, and technically, when you're done with your two, you're done with your two.
Yeah.
So.
There it is. Hey, we'll had another text come through. Brian, can you talk about your involvement with Fish for Life? How many people have been through the boat, and how does one get involved? That's from Kim in San Marcos.
Awesome. So Fish for Life has been a phenomenal partner with Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. Jim Holden and Donna Kalas have a very great operation going with Donna's side here at Dana Wharf and Jim's side with Fish for Life. I would suggest you go onto their website and see they run. I don't know the number of trips they run through Dana Wharf, but it's substantial. 4 or 5 trips a season. And it's taking kids with special needs out fishing, some of them for the first time. The Department of Fish and Wildlife is involved. They have wardens that come on the boat and, deputize the the anglers. It's just a super fun opportunity for the kids to get out and do something other than, you know, what they're used to in their everyday life. So it gets them out on the water, it gets them to see some new stuff. And it's super cool to see some of the smiles on these kids' face. I've worked a few of the trips. I know Jim's run numerous trips through us, and they've all been a success. And he actually has a big fundraiser coming up at Texas Hold'em tournament to help raise funds for his Fish for Life organization. And that's November 15th, Saturday, November 15th at 4 p.m. in San Clemente.
This Saturday.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah.
So there's lots of ex-pro NFL athletes. There's a number of tables, and there's a pro athlete at every table. It's kind of like they're the target athlete to try to get them knocked out of the tournament. So we'll put some stuff up on our webpage, so you guys can see that. I know there's a lot of poker players, but it's a cool opportunity to go and, you know.
And where is it?
It's in San Clemente. I don't remember the exact location, but it's someplace in San Clemente.
But you'll have it up.
But I'll put it up. Yeah, we'll put it up on our Instagram or our Facebook, and you can check that out. Or you can go on the Fish for Life website and find that information too. But that information on the trips is all there.
And you could link right to the Dana Wharf website on the Let's Talk Hookup. Let'sTalkHookup.com.
Right.
There's a front banner on the front page of our website. Just click on that. Takes you right to Dana Wharf Sports Fishing.
Super.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, another one here from Harry in Chula Vista. He says, "Hi, Captain Woolley. Thanks for all the great information. Can you describe a visual picture of what these banks look like habitat-wise and surrounding wildlife in the deep water?"
Got it. So, I mean, it's basically it's flat ocean up to a giant high spot was how you just describe
like
the 14.
It's like a
underwater
peak
mountain,
of
right?
an
Underwater mountain. Yeah. The same way you would like look at the beach and look at a flat section and see a hill, you know, often in the distance is the same exact way it is out there on the 14. So we're driving through 2,500 feet of water. And then all of a sudden, you know, you just see a slow uptick in your meter and you just go up the bank, the big edge of the, you know, the upwards part of the slope. And out there, it's all hard bottom. There's some mud sections out there, and, you know, as you would imagine. And around it, you know, there's tons of life because of the upwelling coming off of the bank from the currents and whatnot. Whales, dolphins. Every single day that I've been out there this year, we've seen dolphin on the bank, be it bottlenose dolphin, common dolphin, whatever. But there's bait, anchovy, sardines, squid. There's guys, you know, pulling their hooks up, bare hook. They get, you know, short bit or whatever, and they're snagging squid on the way to the surface this last week. So there's tons of life out there. But that's what we're looking for. And then there's different parts of the bank with a little bit more aggressive outcroppings and stuff like that, where we're focusing some of our efforts. Lots of snags, lots of casualties, you know, jig snagging.
Yeah.
But you know, that's the habitat, and that's where
they live.
That's where they are.
Yeah. And so you're not necessarily fishing the peak of the mountain.
No.
You're fishing off the edges.
Right. The edges where there's some contour and there's some drop off and stuff like that. But there are some spots in the flats that we'll fish, you know, on the anchor sometimes. It's crazy. You're, you know,
really?
15 miles and, you know, you're on the anchor.
How shallow is the?
So it's like 360 at the high spot.
Oh, is it?
So yeah, you can easily fish on the anchor.
Oh, wow.
But we don't, you know, it's easier just to drift.
Cover more water.
Totally. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, real quick, this one was from John and Mira Mesa, and I just got a chuckle. It says, "Man, Woolley, you're getting me a throwback. When I hear 100 fathoms for rock cod, I'm tempted to break out my old roller-guided broomstick with a rail plate, a 9.0, and a bicycle crank handle. Would I be laughed off the boat if I brought that out?
You totally would. Yeah. Yep. Totally.
It's just so not needed. And that's what's so cool about the gear is that you can now fish in 100 fathoms water. With back in the day, you needed that outfit that John's describing.
Totally.
And now you can do it with a big bass reel.
Right. I mean, back in the day when you use that, right, you had your 5-pound sinker and you're fishing 20 hooks and all that stuff. So yeah, regs have dictated tackle changes for sure, but you can come out and have a good time with, like I said, something right out of your tackle quiver, and you can do just fine on the deep water.
It's crazy how deep a water you can fish and how little sinker you can do it with fishing 30-pound spectra and 40-pound spectra. And you know
what? Such a game changer.
How fast and how straight you can sink with half the lead that it took, or a fraction of it if you're talking about pulling big diameter Dacron down in the bottom, all the scope and drag that line had.
It's fun. I mean, double-edged sword again, right? You've invested some money into some braided line and whatnot, that spectra. You're going to get in a tangle. So understand that dynamic, and you're coming out there. You're not going to be casualty free. You're going to get in a tangle. There might be some line loss. We have people that get it, and we have sometimes people that don't, that freak out. And we're like, you know, what did you think was going to happen? Yeah. So yeah, just be prepared for some of that too.
A couple things that I want to go over before we run out of time, which we're real short on time here, is is the Black Friday special.
Yep.
That comes up when?
So again, that Black Friday is Monday, November 24th.
And it's 30% off.
30% off on a half day or 3/4 day.
And you can buy up to 10.
Up to 10, online only.
Online only.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an amazing.
So-
and then the Halibut Derby starts in January.
Halibut Derby starts in January and it goes through March.
And then the kids fishing clinic every Sunday.
Every Sunday on the afternoon half day, 12:45, the boat departs. So the kids come down on the boat at 12:15. They get a 30-minute seminar, and then the boat leaves at 12:45.
Wow, fantastic.
Awesome. Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out who's got themselves a couple of great trips. Again, we're giving away 2 half-day passes out of Dana Moore Sport Fishing, 2 3/4 days. You're also going to get that great calendar. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way and finding out who the winners are going fishing at Dana Moore Sport Fishing. You're listening to the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, as well as 97.3 The Fan.
Enter into fall with powerful deals on new Yamaha outboards during Yamaha's Fall into Savings sales event. From now until December 8th, 2025, purchase a new eligible Yamaha 30 to 450 horsepower outboard and get up to 7 years of coverage protection plus up to $500 in dealer credit for 150 to 450 horsepower outboards. Looking for lower horsepower? Yamaha's got you covered. Purchase a new eligible Yamaha 2.5 to 25 horsepower outboard and receive up to $700 in dealer credit. Visit your local Yamaha dealer today. Yamaha, reliability starts here. Offer ends December 8th, 2025. Subject to change. Other restrictions and conditions apply. Select models exclude 24 or 36-month Yamaha extended service contract added to factory limited warranty. Choice offer to Florida residents is a 24 or 36-month Yamaha limited warranty. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. Cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
When you're pursuing big game fish, the right gear is essential. Not just the rod, reel, and line, but the right pair of binoculars too. So upgrade your gear to the best pair of Fujinon stabilized binoculars from Baker Marine. Baker Marine has been selling binoculars for decades, and more importantly, they service all brands right there at their San Diego Shelter Island location. Need the best? Fujinon Stabiscopes are the professional's choice. Looking for top-tier stabilization at a great price? The Fujinon TechnoStabi TSX 1440s deliver rock-steady vision, even in rough waters, perfect for serious anglers. Baker Marine is the largest Fujinon retailer on the West Coast, and when you buy from them, they'll be there when your binoculars need service. Plus, they'll give you a great price on all in-stock Fujinon binoculars. Stop by their store on Shelter Island in San Diego and test a pair of Fujinon binoculars and see which ones are right for you. They even have compact and lightweight Fujinon stabilized binoculars for your next vacation or hunting trip. You know you need a pair of stabilized binoculars, so get them from the experts at Baker Marine. Learn more at bakermarine.com.
This is Pete Gray to tell you about my fishing buddy Dan Hume and his amazing company, Hume Termite. As you know, Southern California is infested with termites. It's a constant battle for anyone who owns a home, and that's where Hume Termite come in. They're strictly termite experts. They start with a thorough inspection to find out why you have termites in the first place, then recommend sustainable treatment options that work. Hume Termite has been controlling my termites for years, and I have recommended them to numerous friends. Did you know 99% of termite companies are commission-based? Not Hume Termite. They're all salaried employees, and with a thorough inspection, they'll help you solve your termite problems, not sell you something you don't need. Let Dan and his crew earn your business through customer service and trust. It's swarming season, and now is the time to call Hume Termite at 760-598-2201. They'll come out and give you honest answers to solve your termite issues. Check HumeTermite.com.
Everyone has their go-to fishing spot. My spot is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. Rock Cod Rick here to say if you're looking for the ultimate Alaska experience and the best value in Alaska, it's Kingfisher Charters. Owner Seth Bone and his crew consistently deliver deluxe accommodations, the finest food, world-class fish processing, and top-of-the-line fishing experience. We've literally sent hundreds of our listeners to Kingfisher, and they all can't wait to go back. Most Alaska resorts make big promises and they don't deliver, or they'll nickel and dime you to drive up the cost, but not Kingfisher. Everything is included. Your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, your gear. Literally all you need to bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. They also have the finest boats and charter captains in Sitka, all for the ultimate value. Take it from me, book your trip to Kingfisher Charters and you'll thank me. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136, or check kingfishercharters.com. Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time this morning. Okay, we're going to find out who's going fishing half day or 3/4 day, going to a caller or a texter.
Should we flip this coin?
Do us
and
the
see?
honor, buddy.
All
Today
right.
we have a caller. Congratulations, Kevin in Pacific Beach. You have got 2 3/4 day passes to Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. Congratulations goes to Garrett in Laguna Beach. You have 2 half-day Laguna Niguel, excuse me. You have 2 half-day passes to go fishing at Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, and you're each going to get that 2026 Bill Varney Sport Fishing
Sweet.
Calendar. Congratulations, guys. And Woolley, that was so rad.
Awesome.
Thanks, bro. That was
Thanks,
awesome.
Kevin, Brian, Woolley. Again, a lot of great stuff going on this fall and winter at Dana Wharf Sport
Busy.
Fishing. Best thing to do is just look at the website.
Yeah,
right?
check the website, danawharf.com. If you're on social media, we do our best to get stuff posted daily, sometimes twice a day on both Instagram and Facebook. And check us out. Come hang out. We'll get you on the water.
There you go. And George, thank you for visiting us here from the East Coast.
Well, you guys be really welcome. And now all I want to do is go fishing. So,
there you go.
You got me.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
good. Backbone Broadcast.
Backbonebroadcast.com.
All right.
Check us out.
All right. Yeah. Highly recommend it because that's
Thank
what
you.
we stream on. That's good stuff.
And we
All right.
recommend Let's Talk Hookup.
Thanks to Jeff in the fan studio. Thanks to Adam for all he does on the Let's Talk Hookup website and app. Next Saturday, Steve Pinard, John White from Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. Next Sunday, Valerie Hoperich from Haida Gwaii Safaris, Queen Charlotte Safaris. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week right back here on 97.3 The Fan, Facebook, YouTube Live, and Let's Talk Hookup app.
WFN HD1 San Diego.
This is News Irish from the San Diego Padres.
You can hear the Padres play here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan, and Odyssey Sports Station.
A production of the Infinity Sports Network. Here's your host. That's right. It is weekend, and we are getting to it. Gridiron Game Day right here on Infinity Sports Net. Your place for all of the Week 10 NFL action, all the scores, turnovers, injuries, updates, news, fantasy, anything breaking right here. We've got it all for you. And we've got a full jam-packed 1 o'clock window, 7 games, and a light 4 o'clock window for 3 games, but all 3 games very exciting, a lot of storylines to go around. And we will monitor this Falcons-Colts game going on in Berlin, Germany, as that one progresses, and a lot to get to. Our marquee matchup of the day, as you're starting to get the wings ready, the burgers, whatever it is, if you're putting in the food order, this is the game of the 1 o'clock window that our marquee matchup, but what I think is going to be an electric matchup. Both teams deal with injuries, and that is Patriots Bucks. The Bucks at home, coming off the bye, looking to build on a exciting start to the season. A lot of come from behind victories. They have dealt with a lot of injuries this year, specifically to their receiving core, and nothing changes today. But Baker Mayfield versus Drake May and this upstart Patriots team. Mike Vrabel's got these guys playing high-octane football. And for a team looking to prove itself, if you are somebody who subscribes to this narrative, I hate looking at who teams have played to base. And, we're in Week 10 now. It's not just bad teams that you're playing that is getting you to this point. And for the Patriots, who have already beat the Bills, a Patriots team that's trying to silence the doubters, the haters, and a Bucs team that's just trying to continue what has been a fast start to the season. That one should be exciting. Baker versus Drake May. And it'll be, they're both Kayshon Boutte out for the Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson also out. Chris Godwin out. Bucky Irving out. So a lot of injuries on both sides on the offensive end. But exciting nonetheless. A AFC South battle as that division, depending on what happens in this Colts game right here. The Colts are down 17-16 after the big trade this week for Sauce Gardner. They're down 17-16. They're actually showing the matchup right now. Drake London, Sauce Gardner. 10 times he's covered them. 4 targets, 2 catches, 26 yards. So, they're battling it out. But depending on what happens in this game, what happens in this Jaguars-Texans game could have huge implications on what is becoming possibly a tight AFC South race. The Jags going out, getting Jacoby Myers. They're on the road visiting the Texans, a Texans team without C.J. Stroud, A tough week last week, losing to the Broncos on a walk-off field goal. And, we'll see the Jags, one of many teams that's traded for players. 27 traded in season this year. Not all at the deadline. Obviously, the Eagles made some trades earlier in the year and whatnot, but 27 guys traded in season. That's the most in 25 seasons. Bills visiting the Dolphins. The Bills just trying to continue their dominance over the AFC East and to keep track with the Patriots. They're coming off a bye against a Dolphins team that is free falling. A Dolphins team, they did not blow it up like many people thought they would at the deadline, but they did go out there and make they traded away